Come on up. If you voted for Donald Trump, you should get out of the guest request and come on up. Of course you love Trump, so why don't you come up here and talk about your Lord and Savior, Donald Trump? You have to hit the guest request. You have to request up. I can't make you come up. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. I'm looking to talk to you. Let's go. Oh, look at them hiding in the comment section. They're not only emotional, they're scared. All these alpha men are scared of me. All these alpha men scared of little old me. Come on, all you alpha men. I didn't vote for Trump, but the way you're talking, I'm not inviting. I don't even know what that means. MAGA won. Oh my God. They come in. Trump won. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I mean, I'm so glad you stopped by to tell us. You've made a riveting case for yourself. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Miss Dell, thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much. Miss Donna, thank you. Come on up. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Let's chat. What are you waiting for? We know Trump is president. We know he won. Like, can you tell us something that we don't know? You're not making a very compelling case by Trump won. We know that. Like, we know that. Say thanks, Elon. Thanks, Elon. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request and come on up. Oh, I forgot to turn my light on over here. Sorry, YouTube and Twitch. Here we go. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Wow, they really don't want to come up and talk to me, do they? So everybody, all the cowards in the comment section, either come up and talk to me or you're probably going to get muted. Because only Trump voters are allowed to come up in the box. The comment section is going to be for Kamala supporters because they're not allowed in the box right now. So you need to stop being a coward, get out of the comment section, and come up and have a conversation. You voted for it.
Is this a white friendly space?
No.
Well, I just want to make sure my privilege is good here. So I'm assuming that it is.
You don't have any privilege. Anyway, how old are you? How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? And what state did you vote in?
I should have voted for Harris.
How old are you? And what state did you vote in?
Answer, but you keep muting my mic.
I didn't mute you. One of my mods did because you're not answering.
Well, then don't be rude. You would have heard me.
How old are you? What state did you vote in?
I already answered you.
Fuck off. If you voted for, hit the guest request. Come on up. It gets in race anyway. It's not a. Hi, Cindy. Not a safe space for bigots and racists. No. The General Lee, waiting in the comments, waiting in the queue. You have 0 followers. I don't platform people that have less than 10 or 20 followers because usually you're bots or you just come up here and slur, and I'm not interested. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. And no, this is not a safe place if you're a bigot or a racist or homophobe. So. I don't care about arguing, but it doesn't look good for the Democrat. Just Randy, next time it's fewer words to say, I'm too scared. Hit the guest request and come up. How is this a bad look on Democrats when we're trying to save our democracy from a fucking fascist? We're trying to save our democracy from a tyrant. I thought you guys, all you 2A people, were waiting for the tyrannical government so that you could come out with your weapons. Well, guess what? The tyrannical government is here and you guys ain't doing shit. Donald J. Trump is a tyrant. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the cuss. Mike, you've been invited. Come on up, or you're probably going to get muted.
I don't know why you had me up so quick.
How old are you, and what state did you vote in?
Yeah, I'm 41, Michigan.
Okay.
You invited me up.
Well, what were you talking about? Or did you say you're veterans against Trump, or veterans for? Are you for Trump or against Trump?
Combat vets for Trump, yeah.
Well, you're a traitor to your oath then.
Oh, you're in mooch. What's your point?
How am I a mooch? You're not even making any sense.
You don't even know my oath.
Your oath was to the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Say the whole thing. Stop nitpicking one line.
No.
Do you know the whole oath?
No, don't care.
Oh, well, then stop talking.
If your allegiance is to the Constitution, then he is breaking the Constitution, so you are a traitor to your oath.
I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
And he's a domestic enemy.
I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to the regulations of the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
Yep, and he is a domestic traitor to the Constitution.
Did you hear the line about that?
I heard it. I know the oath.
Okay. Well, that my oath is to the President.
It's to the Constitution. No, it is not. You said you will take orders from the president, but your allegiance in your oath was to the Constitution.
And what orders has he issued that are violation of the Constitution?
It has to be lawful orders.
Right. What orders has he issued that are unconstitutional?
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the violation. I'm talking about the oath. I'm talking about the oath to the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. He is a domestic enemy because he's violating the Constitution every single day.
What orders has he issued that are in violation of the Constitution?
That's not what the oath says. You said it is against. Okay, shut up. Your oath was to the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that you would take orders or whatever, blah, blah, from the president. The Constitution is what you took the oath to, Mike. And he is a domestic enemy. He is a domestic enemy because he's violating the Constitution. First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Ninth Amendment, 14th Amendment, and the 22nd Amendment.
Well, the 22nd Amendment involves that's term limits, correct?
Yes.
Right. So how has he violated term limits? He's only on a second.
Because he says he's running for a third term.
Right. He hasn't done it.
And he has merchandise for sale that says Trump 2028.
Once again, no. Let's start back at the beginning.
No.
How has he violated the First Amendment? Because you said the first, fourth, fifth, and ninth.
Yes, First Amendment.
Second. Let's start at the top then.
Okay, I have the pocket Constitution right here because I actually believe in the Constitution, unlike you oath breaker. The first one says, Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion. He has an office of a faith office within the White House for the first time ever in American history. That is a direct violation of the separation of church and state. Number two, still on the same First Amendment, prohibiting abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. He kicked out. Excuse me, you must be new here. I don't allow men to speak over me when I'm talking. You told me to tell you how, and I'm telling you, so shut your yapper. I'll tell you when I'm done. He's the freedom of the speech. Freedom of speech or of freedom of the speech or of the press. He kicked the. I am going through the first mother hen. You have wicked background feedback echo. I don't know what it is, but it's really loud. So that's why we keep muting you. And I'm not sure what's happening with your setup. I'm going through the First Amendment. You told me to tell you what the First Amendment, so just be quiet. I'll tell you. Freedom of the speech or of the press. He kicked out AP News from the White House press pool because they refused to call it the Gulf of America instead of the Gulf of Mexico. That is keeping the free press. Shut your fucking mouth. He's also suing CBS News and other news organizations for telling stories, for reporting on stories that he doesn't like. That is squelching the freedom of the press. The right of the people to peacefully assemble and to petition their government for redress of grievances. He's arresting college students for protesting. That's just the First Amendment. Everyone, they're still covered under the Constitution. They're still under the Constitution.
You don't have our rights.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Student visas.
Yes, they do. If they're in our country and they're subject to our laws, they're also subject to the protections of our Constitution.
The press room is not a right. It's a privilege.
Freedom of the press.
Right. They still have the ability to say whatever the hell they want.
And then he's suing them.
Right
and suing them. He's suing CBS News. He's suing 60 Minutes. He's suing all these news organizations for stories he doesn't like.
No, he's suing them.
Yes. No, you're a liar. Stop it. You're lying. You are a horrible, horrible soldier. You are lying. You have no integrity and you have no honor because you're just fucking lying. You are lying.
What did you do for your country?
I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about you.
Mooch.
How am I a mooch because I didn't serve?
You're a mooch.
How is that a mooch? Only 1% of the population has served. Is 99% of the population's a mooch?
Sacrifice means, unlike you, you're ungrateful.
How am I a mooch?
I've answered you.
Because I didn't serve.
I've answered you, yes. You think you have the entitlement to speak on something.
Oh, I do. I do, because the Constitution gives it to me, not you.
You think you're entitled.
The Constitution gives me that, not you.
Mike.
You're a perfect example of what privilege is.
Mike.
Trump didn't serve either.
Need some self-control.
Self-control.
He doesn't have any.
Your picture looks trans. Are you all right?
Well, thank you for calling me some of the most beautiful people on the face of the planet.
Turn your camera. Just a moment, Mother Hen. 1 moment. 1 moment. If you're going to be a transphobic and a bigot, you got to turn your camera on, Mike.
Say whatever I want.
Turn your camera on.
I don't have to. I've never had on TikTok Live.
So let me settle this for you real quick. I am a cisgender woman. I am also a veteran. Are you currently active, Mike?
I kicked him. I don't allow transphobes up here if they won't turn on their camera. But you can say what you want to say. Say what you're going to say because I know you're a veteran as well.
He conveniently ignored the very last part of that oath, which is to abide by the UCMJ, which is the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So if the president is giving an unlawful order or one that violates the UCMJ, you will not follow that. Period. He even stated he was smart enough to actually get those words out of his mouth, but not comprehend it. But once again,
Exactly.
thank you for calling me some of the most beautiful people on the face of the planet. And instead of going straight for personal attacks, how about you grow up and stop with the conduct unbecoming, you freaking blue falcon. Thank you, Diavatalks.
It's exactly what I said. I said you have no integrity and you have no honor.
There are 7 core values for the United States Army. Was he Army?
I don't think he said.
All right. Well, for the Army, it's the acronym leadership. Loyalty, duty, respect.
Oh, he's back. Let's see if he'll turn his camera on this time. That's my rules. You're going to be you're going to be a transphobe or homophobe or a bigot. You're going to turn your camera on. You're not going to hide behind a fake profile where you don't have to show your face and you can just come on the internet and say all the nasty things you want. If you're going to be that way, then do it loud and proud.
Can you hear me?
So as I continue, it's leadership, duty,
I'm having an internet
selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal sacrifice. So to sit,
Congratulations.
to sit there and tell Diava that she's a mooch because she didn't serve, you are dishonoring yourself. It is an honor to serve.
He begs to get like you out of the military because that doesn't need to be.
Nope, turn on your mic. Turn on your camera. Nope, shut up. Shut up. Okay.
He can't do it.
Nope, he has no integrity.
No, and I'll tell you something right now. If I could find out where he's located, if he is actually active duty, I'd be calling his commander.
Yep.
Because that is conduct unbecoming. He is currently engaging in social media political opinions while serving, which it used to be not a big deal, but they've recently updated that. As long as you were out of uniform, you were supposed to be okay, but now they're really tightening down the screws. Yeah, I have a feeling he was cosplaying because anybody that actually served, number one, has enough respect not to come into somebody else's house, slap their tallywhacker down on your kitchen table, and then show you how proud they are of it. But Diava, I love you.
I love you back.
Drink your water.
Yeah, I won't platform the biggest, the racist, because they come up here under a fake name, a fake user profile, all of these things, and just come up and say the most heinous, disgusting crap under the guise of anonymity. I cannot say that word, anonymity. And just spew all this gross and hide behind a flag, hide behind their service. If you want to be a transphobic, homophobic bigot, you're going to show your face and be proud of who you are.
Oh, I guarantee if this man walked up to me in public, he would never have the nerve to start that transphobic BS, number one. Number two, he would think twice about speaking to me harshly. But the second part, Diava, have you taken your meds?
Yes.
And finally, protect your peace, honey. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you, Mother Hen.
Send me on my ride.
Whee! Yeah, your service doesn't mean shit if you didn't honor your oath. Exactly, D Patient 1. Exactly. Your service meant nothing if you violated your oath. Couldn't have said it better myself. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Only if you voted for Donald Trump. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Donald Trump is a mooch. Draft dodger. Stealing our money. He's become $2.9 billion richer just since January. And you guys come up here the audacity to say he doesn't take a paycheck. Who the hell cares if he's made $2.9 billion? If I made that much money, I wouldn't mind about if I missed 13 cents. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Mike, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I was just up here. You for some reason kicked me in the middle of my privilege of talking.
Turn your camera on.
I was in the middle of talking.
Turn your camera on.
It says I don't have enough followers.
Oh, too bad then. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. You don't have enough followers, not my fault. Go find a few people who care what you have to say. But I bet you won't, because people don't like homophobic, transphobic bigots. He can't quit me, can he? He's so cute. He does think he has privilege here. It is kind of cute. Well, if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Coming up, I am looking to talk to Trump voters and Trump voters only. So please hit the guest request and come on up and talk. If you guys would like to support my live, I do have my Cash App Venmo. I'll put it here on the screen. Contrary to what all Republicans think, I do not get paid by the DNC. I do not get paid by George Soros. If anybody knows how I can sign up to be, that'd be really fucking awesome. But nonetheless, I am just simply crowdfunded. So if you want to help support my live, I'd really appreciate it. Gregory, well, there you go. Thank you for the $5 Cash App to start a $5 challenge. So Gregory is challenging everybody that's in here right now to send $5 to my Cash App or Venmo. They're both spelled the same way, Diavatalks. They have my same logo as the profile picture, so you know it's me. But I'd appreciate any and all support. If everybody sent $5, woo, man, I'd have me a good birthday in 2 days. Thank you, Gregory. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. I am looking for Trump voters and Trump voters only to have a chat with, so come on up. Handle a pan. Oh, am I panhandling? No, I said if you want to donate. And somebody offered a challenge. So if you want to donate and take part of the challenge, send $5 to my Cash App or Venmo. That's not panhandling. Panhandling would be, I'm so broke. Do you have alms for the poor? Please, I need money. That would be panhandling and begging. You just can't handle the fact that people donate to me because they like my education and my entertainment. And nobody gives a shit what you have to say. I'm not stealing money. How would I be stealing money? You people are crazy. You voted for the grifter in chief who's begging out of the campaign trail. If you have $10, send me $5. Selling you Bibles and watches and perfume and cologne and coins and shoes and oh my Jesus. My goodness, you guys are pathetic. Giving money is stolen, right? Yeah, I'm stealing from my listeners. That's it. They're stealing. NFTs, yeah. Dan, thank you for subscribing. He's a walking Temu. So true. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. I'm looking for Trump voters to talk to. I know with nearly 700 or 800 people in here. There's got to be Trump voters in here. Come on. I'm not bringing up friendlies. That might have been a tapping error. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Oh, somebody's in the box. Hold on. I'm not saying that word. Well, what name can I call you?
You can call me Mike.
Do you have a crush?
No, I just figured I'd occupy your time for a couple minutes.
Nope. Guy's obsessed. He's obsessed. My goodness. Stalker vibes, right? Should I get concerned? Holt Cincy, I think. Did you vote for Trump?
Oh shit! No, sorry.
Oh, okay. W's for not voting for the criminal. W. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. If your name is not Mike. God. Monica, thank you for the $5 for the $5 challenge. Challenge accepted. Thank you so much, Monica. How many more accounts this fucker got? Oh my goodness. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Can you imagine simping for Donald Trump as a veteran of the military after the debacle at the West Point graduation? I mean, how embarrassing! Oh my god, I have secondhand embarrassment for you. It's so bad. Top. Wait, is this Mike again?
What?
What's your name?
Charlie.
You're such a fucking liar. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
Excuse you. Who you calling a liar? First of all, excuse you.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
25 Arizona, and excuse you for your attitude. First of all, let's
oh, all men just think they could come in here and be like, you need to draw your oh, fuck off. Huh?
You're not no diva, you're a piggy. You belong in a barn.
That's all you got. That's all Trump voters have is insults, slurs, misinformation, and crash outs. Anything else? Dude, if you think being called a pig is the worst thing I've ever been called, like that doesn't do anything, man. That doesn't do anything. Is it Cyan?
Oh, my bad, Diablo. My bad, I wasn't tapping earlier.
Oh, that's okay. I appreciate the support. I told you MAGAs are emotional. Especially these MAGA men. Oh, he's so emotional. So emotional. My goodness. Right? Kieran, thank you. Oh, sorry.
Get a life, come on.
He's obsessed. Kieran, thank you for the $10 cash app. Keep fighting. Your voice matters and inspires. Thank you so much. Donna, thank you for the $5 for the $5 challenge. And putting up with these crazies, use it towards therapy. They are driving you and all of us crazy. Love you, Diava. Thank you so much. It's so true. Jesus Christ. I subject myself to this every day. Why? Why?
Oh, my God.
Okay. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Chuck, did you vote for Trump?
Where's that stuff?
Chuck?
I'm good.
We are in somebody's pocket. Okay.
You said he was good.
I'm glad you're good, bud. If you're a Trump voter and you meant to come up and you didn't know how long it was going to be and you want to come back up, please re-request. But, you know, you have your pocket. The Rock. Trump.
No,
Trump. Trump, thank you for feeding me dirt. The Rock. Hi, did you vote for Trump?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old are you and what state did you vote in?
56, New York State.
Okay. Please stop moving around. That is so loud. What did you want to add to the conversation or what did you want to talk about?
Just trying to see where you guys' heads are at. Nothing's going to change until everyone gets locked up.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Everything was okay under the last administration?
Yes.
Okay. We were headed in the right direction.
What criminality, what crimes were being committed? What violations of the Constitution? Were they kidnapping people off the street and sending them to concentration camps under the last administration? No.
No, they were parading someone around who couldn't talk or walk.
We're not talking. No.
See, when you go to the stupidity,
It's so stupid.
It's
Yep.
stupidity. It's a fact. No, it's not a fact. Yes, it is a fact. It's all coming out now. I wake up and you got stop right there. I'm tired of people like you that want to keep coming up here. Use this same old argument that Joe Biden. I know the same old arguments. Yeah, yes, sir. It is the same old argument. And I'm tired of people that don't understand what this man actually accomplished.
Exactly.
He came into office and how far behind he was when he came into office. Because his entire family was in office. He's a total disgrace.
Okay, here we go.
He pardoned his entire family.
Yes. Yes, because the Trump administration said they're going to go after him. And let's see right here, my background. What did Biden do? American Rescue Plan, bipartisan infrastructure bill, Inflation Reduction Act, Chips and Sciences Act, PACT Act, Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act, Post Office Reform Act, Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, reauthorize the Violence Against Women Act, and Respect for Marriage Act. He got more pieces of legislation passed than any president since fucking FDR. So I don't care if he was weakened at Bernie his ass. He still got more done than Donald Trump, and Donald Trump is violating the Constitution, and Donald Trump is a fucking criminal. So I don't care if they did. He is fine. Joe Biden is fine. He has cancer. That has nothing to do with cognitive abilities. You potato.
Yeah, I mean, when y'all come up here with stupid arguments, when we're dealing with what we're dealing with today, when we're actually seeing the Constitution being broke, when we're actually seeing laws being broken, when we're actually seeing a president make money off the American people while in office.
Exactly. And I don't know if you know this, Val. Did you know that they have taken down all of Trump's speeches off of the White House website? Usually every single presidential speech is transcribed and they're available for oh shoot, my circle just flew away. All of their speeches are transcribed so people can go on and read it. They're taking them all off the internet because they're so fucking incoherent and rambling, and people are using them to show how cognitive decline and how crazy he is, that the White House has now taken them off the website completely.
Right. Well, the other problem is that they can also be used in a court of law, right? When this is all over, that's the other reason they're taking them down.
Yep.
You know, these things are, this guy's, I mean, people that come up here and want to defend what's going on today, you got a problem. People that want to defend giving a sheriff a full pardon that was selling for $25,000 a piece.
Pardons. And he also pardoned the son of a woman that donated $1 million to him.
Right.
So he's just selling off pardons.
Yeah, but this guy was selling the right to own weapons by selling over 1,000 making people marshals.
Yeah.
Okay, over 1,000, 25,000 a piece. One knowing a violent felon, so he can own a PPA. This man was found guilty in no time in a court of law, and he just pardoned him. I want you to come up here and explain that.
They don't care. Honestly, they don't care. They want a dictator. They want a tyrant. They want a king. Because what else could explain it? If you voted for Donald Trump, come up here and let's talk. Deborah, thank you for the $5 for the $5 challenge. Thank you so much. Why did we don't answer questions from the comment section. So if you want to come up and ask your question, we'll be more than happy to answer you. But don't coward it out and stay in the comment section. You got to come up and ask your question. We're like a big boy. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Outdoors, come on up. Ask your question up here. Don't sit in the cheap seats. Bones, shut up. You're an ignoramus. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Did you believe in the message? Biden pardoned his own son. I love how they come in here and give us useless fucking information. Useless information. He pardoned his son. Like, we all know that. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Yeah.
You'd have pardoned your own son if he was being used as a political pawn.
Absolutely. Because Trump said he was going to be going after him, and he would have. Because narcissists have to get their revenge. That's why he can't let anything go. Nothing. He can't let anything go. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Oh my goodness, Val. Real quick while we're waiting for these cowards to come up. Ron DeSantis was 2.5 miles from my house. I'm like, oh, get him out of my airspace. I don't want to breathe airspace. Trump is big mad at Putin. Oh, I wanted to bring that up too. This is Trump admitting, finally, this is his admission that he has been protecting Putin. Right here, full admission. What Vladimir Putin doesn't realize is that if it weren't for me, lots of really bad things would have already happened in Russia. And I mean really bad. He's playing with fire. He is admitting that he's been protecting Russia. What say you, MAGA? Cat, got your tongue? Yeah, he thought they were besties. He's like, oh, he loves me, so he'll just do what I say. And Putin just did one of the biggest airstrikes that since the beginning of the war under Trump's watch. And Trumpy Bear thought that Putin wasn't going to do anything because he's friends. He's friends with Pooty Pants. Putin's like, because Donald Trump is a useful idiot. Yeah, exactly. For what you perceive as friendship. Exactly. Not friendship. He's a ex-KGB, and this man knows exactly the psychological warfare that he has been playing with Donald Trump, and he's winning. Little Trumpy Pants. And Mr. Pooty Pants are not BFFs. Putin uses people. And old Donny Boy wants to be a dictator too. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Linda's a friendly. Linda's a friendly. She might have just been posting something to get Trumpers in here. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Almost 900 people in here, and they're like hiding in the comment section. Vance does not have the following Trump does. Vance does not have loyalty from anyone. He doesn't have Trump's base. Vance does not have Trump's base. He's not as popular. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's chat. Republicans don't even like Vance. So the only reason why he's in there is because the Heritage Foundation handpicked him. Remember what they said? Oh, what did Kamala do as vice president? What did Kamala do? Where the fuck is Vance? Trumpers? Where's Vance? Oh, where's Vance? What's he doing? What's a big lie? I don't even know. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. He's impregnating an ottoman.
Hello.
Chi, did you vote for Trump?
I didn't meet her.
I didn't either. Huh?
Hello?
My name's JJ.
Oh, go play somewhere else. This is the adults are in the room. You go play somewhere else. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request.
I I have a theory why misogynistic pigs won't come up here when I get up here.
Oh, because they can't sling their schlong around.
Yeah, they can't. They don't like to attack women with witnesses, with other men around.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, they want to come up and just be all misogynist. Just like this guy, because he's like, oh, you need to apologize to me. I'm like,
I heard that. I laughed.
yeah, when pigs
That
fly
was
out
my
your ass.
second go around.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, school's out for the summer. We're probably going to get a lot of kids that are going to come up and try to say something.
Are you remembering to turn that on every time you start the live?
Yes, it's 18 and up. Yes.
Yeah, dude, it makes me mad. You used to be able to set it and stayed that way. Now you have to do it every time you set the live.
All right. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Come on up. She needs a man up here to help debate because she can't run a live alone. I run the live alone all the time. Val was on vacation for the past week. He wasn't even here.
She usually does the first 30 minutes all by herself before she brings me up. You don't need to stop.
I could do all 3 hours by myself. Why don't you come up, welder man? How big a boy are ya?
But thank you for proving my point.
Exactly. I'm usually alone. I was alone all last week, pretty much. I had Mitria up here, but then I was another woman. So I don't need a man. Have you ever heard of a co-host? Oh my god!
Concept. What is that?
Oh, they're so scared. Almost 900 people in here, and there's not a single Trump voter requesting up. They are so pathetic. Pathetic. Wonder why he didn't come up, right? We invited him up, sent him an invite. All you had to do is accept the invite. They consciously chose to ignore the invite. We won.
You won what?
I don't know. If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Let's have a conversation.
There's MAGA in here.
Oh, there's definitely MAGA in here. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm going to still be doing lives. I'm trying to get a schedule set up that works for me, that I can do it fairly consistently. It's a little harder for me.
Yeah, he's got a job. Right now, this is my job, so. Anybody, if you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Come on up. Tyga's like, I've already come up before. I came up a few weeks ago. Does that mean you can't come up again? That's so silly. Tara, thank you. Your job is harder than any other job out there, I swear. Right? I did not hear back from the interview that I had on Saturday. You want to give others a chance. There's no one requesting. They said that I would hear back either way by yesterday. But I figured, well, maybe they forgot it was a holiday. So I was waiting all day today. I still haven't heard anything. So just another one of those probably that, yeah, we'll let you know. And you never hear back a thing. The interview went so good too.
You never know.
I know. But at least I got an interview. I hadn't had a single out of hundreds of thousands of applications and jobs I've applied for. I never even got a single solitary interview. I finally got an interview and I was excited about that. But I probably had an inkling that I might not get it when he said there was a big age gap between us, which typically you're probably not supposed to say in an interview. He acknowledged I was a lot older than him. You're not qualified. Okay. Like, you know me? Okay. Tyga,
Hi, how are you?
good. Remind us again, how old are you and what state you voted in?
26, Ohio.
So, what did you think about him admitting today that he's been protecting Vladimir Putin?
I haven't been on the news today very much, but
Oh, I'll put it up here for you. I'll put it up here for you. Oh, don't worry. I always come correct with receipts. So he says, what Vladimir Putin doesn't realize that if it weren't for me, lots of really bad things would have already happened to Russia. And I mean really bad. He's playing with fire. So he's admitting that he's been covering and providing cover for Vladimir Putin.
yeah, I mean, I think it's more in the sense of I think maybe Europe is more inclined to
No, that's not what he said. No. Why is he providing cover for Vladimir Putin, who's a brutal, unaliving dictator?
Well, he shouldn't be.
But he is, and you guys don't seem to care, right?
Personally, I don't care, but he shouldn't be protecting Putin. That's not acceptable.
What a traitor! You are what's wrong with this country. You are what's wrong with this country.
Well, can we talk about the prompt, the original prompt? I wanted to ask who were those people?
These are going to be the Republicans, the GOP, and all the people in his cabinet.
Well, would you have anyone specifically that you have?
All of them. I want Donald Trump. I want Kristi Noem. I want Kash Patel. I want P. Hegseth. I want every single one of them to be imprisoned. All of them. They're all breaking the law. Pam Bondi. All of them are breaking the law.
Well, if they're breaking the law, then they would be a lot of the times when they do enact policies or whatever that are illegal, they get struck down in the courts, and then they take the policy away.
Oh, that's all. You know,
That's not true.
Great. It works all great until you defy the court.
Till he's ignoring the courts like he's doing now. He's ignoring the Supreme Court and the federal judges.
Well, for some of them, but the majority.
What do you mean, some of them?
Some of them. It only takes one by the Constitution. Do you not
Correct.
understand that?
No, I understand that, but again, I just think putting the broad. So RFK, he should go to jail too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. He's going to get, people are going to unalive because of things that Kennedy, RFK Jr. is doing, yes.
That's a slippery slope.
No, it's not.
No, it's not a slippery slope.
It's
It's
proven
the
science.
Constitution.
Can I ask you guys something? So you're telling me every single cabinet, I mean, even like Scott Bessent, the
Yes.
Treasury thing, he should be locked up in a federal prison.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Do you think that is helpful for the country?
Yes.
Yes. Sir, we are a land of laws, are we not?
Yes, of course.
What makes those laws?
The Constitution.
The Constitution. What specifically for Congress, the executive branch, and the judicial branch?
I mean, the Bill of Rights, the
No, the Bill of Rights has nothing to do with that. The laws that were set forth and put in place by how they work and by the law for the people is set up in Articles 1, 2, and 3 of the Constitution.
I understand. I'm just my point.
Okay, they have broken Articles 1, 2, and 3 of the Constitution. I don't care if it was one time or 10.
Yeah. So then in the midterms, people say, "Geez, we don't like
No, sir.
No.
The Constitution has what's supposed to happen there. You're supposed to be removed.
Correct.
I get, but who would you like to?
Now you're talking about a group of people that have detained American citizens. Okay, without due process. Detain, ship people to prisons in a country they're not even from.
Yes.
They were set up with no criminal record, and most of them going through the process legally.
Well, I understand those things, but
No, you don't, obviously.
No, I do.
There's no but. There's no but.
What I am saying is that if they're
what this man is doing, and what he's doing to this country, and the things that he has put forth in the executive orders that he signed, with the help of his cabinet, from the Heritage Foundation, is treasonous.
Okay, so
What's the punishment for treason, sir?
Execution.
Okay. If the American people don't like what's going on.
Okay, Tyga, let me stop you. The American people are fucking dumb because people like you voted for this shit after January 6th, after he already tried to overturn the Constitution and stall himself as president last time. It's because dumbasses voted for it. You think they're going to vote him out? You're still up here defending him. So you're not going to vote him out.
I might not, but I might be in the minority. If he's that bad and people don't like it, the Democrats will win.
If there's an election, if he calls for martial law, or if he calls for the Insurrection Act, he can suspend elections.
Okay, well, I don't think he's going to do that.
You didn't think he's going to do anything of this.
Sir, when he said he was going to get rid of the criminals, I'm going to ask this question. When he said he was going to get the criminals out of this country, did he?
Yes.
Did he?
I think he's trying.
No, he's not, sir. 90% of the people that were sent over to that prison
To CCOT.
have zero criminal record. Zero.
Yes, I get that. That's one thing. We can talk about that. I'm just talking the broad picture here.
Sir, you don't get it. People
I do understand.
Thank you.
just held up for 4 days. 4 days, American citizens.
I understand. So what we do in this country, when we don't like a politician, we vote them out of the office.
No, this is unprecedented what's happening here, and there needs to be
Bad policy is what gets those out of
It's
office.
bad policy. If you don't
Okay,
like-
now tell me the only policy he's put forth.
well, I mean, his biggest thing now is getting illegal immigration out. That's the only thing that I see that he's even carrying.
That's not a policy.
He's only put one bill through. One bill.
Which one was that?
That was that big ugly bill that just went through.
That's going to be stripping millions of people off Medicaid, Medicare, food assistance.
People are already losing their Medicaid and
You
their
guys should be happy by that because you say, geez, this guy isn't doing anything. He's going to get trounced in the midterms.
Sir,
This is the obtuseness of you, which is what's frustrating the fuck out of me.
don't understand, sir. If you
I
were
don't care
to
to frustrate.
Sir, if you were to go up and rob your, hold on, sir. If you were to go up, take your neighbor's child and ship him to another country, what would happen to you?
Well, I go to jail.
There you go.
Exactly.
Now,
They're not above the law.
If I was in power in this country and I took somebody's child or somebody's family and moved them to another country they're not even from,
Yes.
what should happen to me?
You would probably be prosecuted for that.
Yes. And that's what needs to happen to them. They're not above the law. They're acting as they are above the law, but they are not above the law.
So if they are not above the law, which I don't think that they're above the law, again, the biggest, the most powerful thing that we have is
Oh, shut the fuck up about voting, motherfucker. We're not talking about voting. People are unaliving. The one child with cancer that he deported is dying, okay? People are unaliving, okay? People have lost their freedoms. This has nothing to do with waiting to vote.
So what would you like to be done?
They need to be drug off by the military.
I want the Congress that is in place to do its job.
Well, the Congress is supporting it.
The feckless Republicans are supporting it because they won't do anything.
Again, when people say they're not doing anything, have you ever asked yourself, geez, I like this. This is what I want.
They want the criminality. They want him breaking the Constitution. They want him committing crimes. Is that what you're saying the Republicans in Congress want him to do?
Yes.
And you're okay with it, right?
I'm not okay with it. I never said it.
Then why are you? Oh my God!
I understand something.
This is absolutely
That's
insane.
very nice. And you've been
I
very
want you to
nice
hear me very, very clearly.
Well, this is very frustrating because this shit is real and you're acting so flippant about it and you don't even care.
Of course I care.
No, you don't.
Sir, millions of Americans, millions,
Yes.
over the course of this country's history, have fought and unalived for that document, including my great-grandfather, or my great-uncles, my dad, my daughter fought for it. When people like you come up here and do not understand what built our freedoms in this country and why they're so important, and say that you're okay with a Congress that's
Lord,
not
thank
doing
you for
its job
subscribing.
per the Constitution of this country, or a man that has broken every amendment damn near now in the first 10, the Bill of Rights. The First Amendment, all 5 parts of the First Amendment, he is now broken. All 5. There's a reason it's the First Amendment. And to come up on that and say, well, that's just what the people wanted. Sir, that disparages everybody that has gone and fought for this country and unalived for it. Every one of them.
I know I have a warning on my live. It's for 10 minutes. I already know. I have no idea why.
I guess I understand that. I'm not gonna talk about the voting. But I just want people just to I know they're very frustrated and angry and they have a lot of feelings about it.
Make feelings, sir, it's facts.
Okay, facts, they're upset about it. And I feel like everybody's feelings are obviously warranted no matter what they are. I guess some more than others. But
Every time you say but, it negates everything you said before it.
How would you like
I feel like
West Point? How would you like to be a graduate of West Point and have to hear that speech last week?
I think some people, but you got to look at the people. 50% probably liked it.
He's talking about yachts and trophy wives. I mean,
I didn't listen to him. I don't even.
well, then why are you defending it? You should just said, I don't know. I didn't hear the speech.
Well, I saw this clips of people clapping and stuff.
Oh my fucking God.
Well, the point I'm making here is
nothing.
The only reason they can't get up and walk out of there, sir, was because they are under his command.
Well, what would you like? You want them to get up and? I mean, do you understand? At least would you admit this point that let's just say 40% of the country, which you guys obviously have a disgust or disdain for, that telling them
It's not 40% of the country.
okay,
That would
30,
be wrong.
25. However many
It's
it is.
27%.
What was that? 37.
27.
27% of the country, you guys have an absolute disgust and disdain for.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And saying that the military should take him out.
Yes.
I mean, I just don't agree with that. That's.
Then what do we do? Just let him keep criming? Let him keep violating the Constitution?
You got upset with me when I told you what to do.
Oh, sir. Do you know what?
A year from now. So just let him run rampant for the next year.
Year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah. Do you know what kind of shape we're going to be in a year and a half from now at the rate he's going?
Probably not in a good one. That he'll probably lose.
He won't lose shit. He doesn't get voted on in a year and a half. He's got 3.5 more years to go.
The Congress can impeach him in a year and a half.
Oh
Sir.
my God.
At how?
I hate it here.
I'm just being reasonable.
It's not reasonable.
How? At the cost of how many lives?
Probably too many for your liking, and
My liking, it should be your liking. Do you not care about people?
Too many.
Well, one is too many. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
That's already happening.
It's already happening.
I'm not saying that bad things haven't happened, but I just want people to calm down a little bit. I mean,
Oh, hell no. Nope. You can wish in one hand and shit in the other and see which one fills up first. That's never happening.
Calm down, sir. Hold on. Let me explain something to you. You've done something. The Republican Party has now done something it really didn't want to do. Okay?
What?
And that is wake up a sleeping giant. And that is a bunch of people that are now pissed. You don't want to play this game. This man needs to be removed from office before we end up in a place that we were in the 1800s.
That's
If
correct.
something like that were to happen, what do you guys think would happen?
You can't really say.
You know, it would be absolutely.
There will be a civil war. I'll say it.
Do you think that's a good thing?
No, but it's going to happen. When you start taking away people's health care and their livelihoods and their jobs and their money and their health care, and people are unaliving because they can't get the medical care that they need in the country where he's having a fucking $90 million birthday parade for himself. Yeah, it's going to happen.
Let's just say this. Picture me just a random guy, and I come up here.
You are a random guy. I don't know you from Adam.
Okay. A year and a half ago, I come up here, and I say, guys, I really don't like Biden, and we need to get him out no matter
You would have to point to me of what he did. You would have to point. He would have to have done what Trump is doing. Yes.
Tell me what law Biden broke.
Okay, so if I
Tell
come
me
up
what
with
constitutional right Biden went against.
if I came up here and said I can't stand Biden because of the
That's
genocide,
not what we're talking about.
No,
That's not what we're talking about.
Not what we were talking about. See, everything that when we say false equivalency, we meant it. Biden was a man that put policy forth through Congress the right way. Congress, through the Senate, signed bipartisan legislation all the way through. Biden is a man that did that all the way through. Now, I'm not saying Biden didn't make mistakes. I mean, one of his biggest ones to me was Merrick Garland.
I agree.
Okay, Merrick Garland should be gone. Should have been gone like his
He'd be in jail too.
month.
No, he didn't do anything
It's not
wrong.
that
He didn't
Merrick
prosecute.
Garland broke the Constitution. Okay, it's that Merrick Garland didn't do his job. That's a different thing.
Correct.
That's dereliction of duty. He could be jailed.
Dereliction of duty doesn't get you in prison, sir.
Well,
Okay,
I
so
understand.
that's what it is. But when you break the Constitution,
mhm.
that's different.
But what I'm saying is we have a process, not the voting, the Congress.
Oh my
right now,
fucking God, I can't do this
It's
much longer.
Article 1, Article 2, and Article 3.
But we have a process to remove the president.
Again, yes.
It's not a
In
dictatorship.
Article 1, Article 2, and Article 3. And it is the Congress's duty.
Okay.
It's not just, sir, it's not just well, do we want to do that? No, it's their duty.
Have you called your congressman?
Yes.
Absolutely, sir.
Have you?
Constantly.
Have you?
I have not, no.
So why haven't you? If this is all wrong and you don't agree with any of this, why haven't you?
I didn't say I don't agree with any of it. I just said I live in a Democrat district.
It doesn't
He
matter.
broke the Constitution.
He's broke it, yeah.
Okay, if you agree he's broke the Constitution, you need to be on the phone with your congressman and say this man needs to be gone.
Well,
And that you voted for him.
Sand, sir.
a lot of presidents have broken it, and then they get
No. Tell me one. Tell me one.
For example, when Biden did the student loan.
Incorrect.
No, sir, he did not break the
He did not.
Constitution. He put forth an executive order. That executive order went through court. The court shut him down on that. He found a different way to go. He did that the court actually agreed with. That's
Correct.
not breaking the Constitution.
That's correct.
Okay. I think in our nation's history, I could be wrong, that there has been one president and that has done something that's been unconstitutional, and he didn't get removed. They probably reprimanded him. Or
Find me one.
Tell me.
I'm only 26. I haven't been along here.
So what?
That'd take a while.
Then why are you up here? Then why are you saying it?
The only one.
Why are you saying it?
The only one that was caught doing the same types of things, actually not near as bad as Trump, not even close.
He makes Nixon look like a schoolboy.
Yeah, it does. Makes Nixon look like a schoolgirl, and Nixon was impeached and removed.
Well, he quit before he got.
Well, no, he quit. Why did he quit?
Because they were going to remove him.
Yeah.
Why did he quit?
He
You know the
quit.
story? Do you actually know the history?
No, I just know it was called Watergate, right?
No, it's called Barry Goldwater. Okay, Watergate was the trial, but Barry Goldwater was when he called Barry Goldwater in his office, which was a Republican, by the way, and he asked Barry Goldwater, "Is there any chance I don't get removed?" And Barry Goldwater looked him right dead square in the face and said, "No, you're going to be removed."
Yep.
The very next day was the picture of the U-Haul in front of the White House.
Well, I'll have to read about that. There'll be something for me to learn then.
Yeah, reading history might be smart here.
I
Yeah.
like history and stuff. Like, I'll actually, when I'm done with here,
And
I'll
actually learn from it.
I do like to learn.
You wouldn't have voted for this piece of shit if you had.
Well, that's debatable. But I think there's a lot of MAGA people that aren't.
Sir, do you know what the outcome of this election would have been if only educated people would have voted?
She would have won by a landslide.
Yeah, but we don't live in a country like that.
Yes, we do.
No, but that ought to tell you something.
Not every.
I would rather live amongst smart people than a bunch of dummies.
Well, that's kind of classist.
I don't care. Dumb people got us Trump. So call it what you will. Uneducated, misogynistic, and
So let me do
racist
you
people.
something. See, there's a cool thing that just happened. And I want to give you a challenge. Seems that Harvard University right now has now set it up to where you could actually go sign up for 3 free civics classes.
Oh, no, there's more than 3. And just so everybody knows, in the link tree in my bio is the link to Harvard University for free courses on justice, on the government, on how things are supposed to work. All free classes you can take from Harvard. So you can tell everybody you went to Harvard, okay? The link is in the link tree in my bio. You can go to Harvard for free. And they're teaching specifically about the government.
So you're saying that I could pull a George Santos?
No.
I'm not pulling
What I'm saying is there's
That's what he got out of that, George Santos. That's
by the leading
fucking great.
legal institution in this country.
Yeah, Harvard. I mean,
Okay, and you can actually take it for free. Why don't you take advantage and go take that class? Go take those online classes
And
when
learn
you're done with
something.
those, come back and have this same conversation with me.
And they're all online courses and they're at your own pace.
I'll take the classes and I'll look at them. But I have a feeling that at the end of the classes, they're going to give me the information, but the information, what they teach
Colin
me,
Katz,
is
thank you for
still not going to
subscribing.
be good enough for what you want, which is F the Congress, F the courts, the military's got to take them out. And that's not.
No. Stop. First of all, that is not what I said. I said because Congress, do not speak over me. You're on such a tightrope right now. I'm so frustrated with you. Just don't do it. Congress is abdicating their responsibility. The Republicans in Congress are feckless and spineless. They aren't doing what they are constitutionally required to do. They are abdicating their responsibility, which is why I said, and then Pam Bondi, she's also a sycophant of Trump. She's not going to do anything. So the only person or the only people who can or who will have the testicular fortitude to do would be the military. I wish Congress would grow a pair and would do what they're supposed to do. They know what they're doing is wrong, but he's threatening them. They don't want to lose their jobs. They don't want to lose their positions of power. Okay? They have abdicated their responsibility.
Yes, I understand that, but.
So the only recourse we have is the military.
I just think that that's a horrible idea.
No.
I don't think you guys understand.
It was actually the last stopgap to stop the Constitution from falling.
Exactly.
I just think that that's a very scary thought.
No, I don't want to see it, sir. I really don't.
You just said you do.
Okay, no, I don't. I never said that.
We said that's what's the only thing we have left.
But it may be the only thing we have left. It's just like she said, if the Congress does not step up and do what they're constitutionally bound to do, that is what that provision was for.
It's happened before. I mean, according to you guys, it's chugging along down that thing, and
What do you mean it's happened before? What? Okay, I need a break. Tyga, shut
It's
for a
never
minute.
happened before.
Exactly. James, thank you for the $25 Venmo. Surprise, my friend. It's been a while. Hope all is well. Here is something to start a $3 challenge so that we can get MAGA upset that you're getting paid for this live. Let's get the MAGA weeping started. Love you, my friend. Thank you, James. James is doing a $3 challenge. So if everybody in here sends $3 to my Cash App or Venmo to help support my live, if you're either being educated or entertained, I'd appreciate it. Thank you, James. Miss you, my friend. Thank you so much. It's not that we want to see it happen. It's just he has to be held accountable or we're not going to have a country anymore, Tyga. I don't think you understand. I literally don't think you truly understand. That if you shit. I want to say they call it the American experience, right? Or experiment. Your experiment's over. USA would have had a good run. That's what I'm here fighting for every day, is so that it doesn't end. So I don't have to flee the country. Maybe, just maybe, you don't know everything that you probably should know. And for you to be up here on Donald Trump's behalf, arguing with us and trying to find some, like, we just need to vote in the midterms. That's not good enough. My parents, if they lose their Medicare or their Social Security, they have zero income. My dad can't see. My dad can't work. My mom just broke her arm last week. I can't afford to take care of my parents. What about the children on Medicaid? Children that are on respirators at home. Children that are very, 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 very poor health and sick. That are only being kept alive by ventilators and by oxygen and machines and stuff like that. If they lose their Medicaid, what's going to happen to those children? That's what we're talking about. I'm talking about the big bill, whatever. But and I know I was talking about removing him from office. But we can't wait another year and a half for a midterm. Is my point. People are going to go hungry in this country. People are going to unalive in this country over something preventable. And it is that serious, which is why I'm so frustrated, because I feel like you're losing, you have no humanity. Like, you don't care about anyone in this country. There's also a provision in that big, ugly fucking bill that says that no funds can be used to hold Trump and this administration in contempt.
Contempt. Do you believe that shit?
That means no one can do anything.
I mean, the bill's going to get challenged. That I'm sure of.
But still, even him putting it in there.
I know. I mean, it is going to be challenged. That I'm sure of by the courts. But what did Benjamin Franklin say, Taggart?
I don't know.
He said a republic, if you can keep
it.
Well,
because it took honest people and honest men and people with integrity.
So I wanted to comment just about what you said a little bit about, all the Medicaid stuff. I think that Trump is more like a moderate with those things. There's Republican senators
Wrong.
that want more cuts.
I agree.
They want no Medicaid. And you got to give, I don't want to say, I'm never going to tell you to give Trump credit for anything, but you also have to be kind of realistic.
No.
Like the people that are pushing more.
No.
Okay.
No.
No, sir.
You're taking from the poorest in this country and giving it to fucking billionaires. Why? Don't you see that?
Your vote was a cent vote for billionaires. Do you not see it?
I voted for other reasons. I don't want to get into it.
Oh, he's probably a homophobe. Let's just get, he's racist or homophobe. It's fine. Yeah, yeah.
He's going to say trans.
Or immigrants. Immigration, of course.
I'm hoping he says that, sir, because I want to make you understand.
Immigration in Ohio. He's cared about the border in Ohio.
The border in Ohio?
I'm saying he's worried about the border and immigration sitting in Ohio.
I was the Springfield town, the cats and dogs. That's where it really came to my town.
And that was a lie.
Really? A lie? Yeah. Like,
okay, I don't want to get into the immigration thing and stuff because it's.
No. Now we're going to talk about the immigration thing. Yeah.
I wanted someone else.
No, hold on.
I said
why you voted for a man that is actually destroying the fabric of our country. I want to know what issue was so important that it allowed you to vote for somebody that we knew and have told you for years that it was going to destroy the fabric of this country. I want to know what
I told you
was
that
so
I agree with it. That was the only thing that I knew in my heart of hearts that Republicans are better than Democrats that are is immigration. I don't think that they're better with the economy.
And that's not true either.
Actually, that's not even.
We put the border bill up that Trump stopped that would have cured about 90% of the problems at the border.
I don't fault Biden for a lot of those things. I know he did the CHIPS Act and all that stuff.
This is insane.
That's not even true. You just said that Republicans have been traditionally better for the border than Democrats. And
Yes.
actually, and by the numbers, that is not true.
I'll be right back, Val.
Obama deported more people. Biden deported more people than Trump did in his 4 years
Obama.
by double.
I like Obama.
Yeah, but how do you go? How do you go from Obama to Trump, a literal fascist? You said that this is the guy you wanted because of immigration. Yet his numbers in his previous administration are completely overshadowed by Biden and Obama, who were both Democrats.
So one thing is removing from the country, one thing, and then there's another with how many people were coming in. I do think that Trump needs to do a better job with removals. I know.
You mean a legal job?
Was that?
You mean in a legal way because he's not doing it legally?
Yeah, in a legal way, I want them all gone. I know that Biden was removing more. There's disputes if he was including the people that were right there at the border. If he, it's called like expulsion or removal. There's like some conflating arguments with that. But
that most people are removed at the border.
Yeah, again, but some people were saying that Biden was including. So who knows if the numbers
would include that, sir? They came across both presidents and all presidents.
Yeah. That was just my big thing. Again, like I'm not.
In the end, numbers-wise, Democrats have created since Ronald Reagan. Democrats have removed more immigrants from this country than Republicans. Hey, Diava.
Yes.
Real quick, Tyga, you said that you're from You're from Springfield, right?
That's what he said.
Say that again.
You said you're from Springfield?
I grew up there. I moved to another Ohio town.
Okay, perfect. With Diava's permission, Diava, can I bring up somebody that's actually from Springfield? They've grown up there their entire life.
Sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Go ahead.
Real quick.
He ran.
Well, of course.
You little coward. Of course you did. Of course.
Hi, Crystal. I love your
Yes,
I love your
saw your
lives.
face.
Oh, thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I able to run.
I do too. He ran so fast.
Probably because he knew I was going to show up with facts, and we know they're lactose intolerant.
I think we have another Trumper in here. Let's see. This one's in Ohio too.
Oh, this is different.
Yeah, he's a reformer. He's one of mine.
Yes, ma'am. I'm reformed.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to tell you why I was reformed. Crystal and Jen already know, but I just wanted to tell everybody in here that why MAGA is not who they say they are, and Trump is actually a lying, narcissistic president.
Yep.
So for me, the big part was about my kid. Currently in process with the DEA about Trump and JD Vance. I'm still waiting to hear something because yesterday was Memorial Day, so I figured I wouldn't get nothing to do with them yesterday. So, yep, I'm reformed. I'm just here to listen and make people make a fool out of themselves.
Well, we've come to the right live because I attract all the misogynists. I have lots of men who come up here.
It's just funny to give a singular thing he has done over 100 days. It's absolutely hysterical.
Bladen is still in the learning process, and he's doing really well. He's asking questions. He's educating himself. And
Good for you, Bladen.
One of the big things. He's one of the people that listen to Trump say, "Hey, cheaper groceries, cheaper rent, cheaper everything," right? And Bladen, fell into that trap because he's a single income home, and his child is on Medicaid. So if his girlfriend were to get a job and they got married, his child wouldn't qualify for Medicaid anymore. They make too much money.
Correct. Well, welcome, Bladen. I go live every single day, 7 days a week from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern. So please feel free to stop by anytime and come in and listen. I have a few reformers in here that I've have talked to that have seen the light as well.
Well, thank
That
you.
you've converted.
That I've converted. Well, they just came and listened, and I used to tell, Davy's reformed, Dar. There's a few people in here that have seen the light and came in and listened and just listened and fact check the things that I said, which is what I've always told Trump supporters to do. Fact check everything I tell you. I'm just a woman on the internet. Don't listen to me, but take what I tell you and go research it. And if you can prove me wrong, come back here. I'll bring you up. And you can prove me wrong and I'll change my mind. And not a single one, May 9th of this month was my 1 year anniversary of going live every single day, 365 days a year. I mean, like I've gone live. I was here Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day. I have been here every day. I missed 2 days out of 365 days. And I have challenged every Trump voter to do that. And not a single one has ever come back and was able to prove me wrong or even tried to. Because once they fact check it, they know that I'm right.
She was sick one day, and we had to literally, as a community, pay her to not go live
The next day.
She could go get rest because she's so stubborn and she's got so much fight in her. She's like, I don't care how sick I am. And we could see her like, no. Let's just.
Sick right at this moment.
Oh.
Sick as a dog.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to, because someone asked in the comments, they wanted to know about the church about Springfield. And if you're okay, I would be more than happy to give the truth.
Yeah, please.
I'm 42, lived here my whole life, and over the last 30 years, Springfield has been just on the worst decline. When the earthquake struck Haiti, and then after the hurricanes, and then the gangs took over down there, the influx of Haitians, while it happened too quickly, and there was a failure on both the Biden administration as well as our Republican governor, Mike DeWine, he didn't provide the infrastructure, overall has saved this town. That no one was eating a cat. The young woman who did, her name was Alexis Farrell. She wasn't even from Springfield. She was from Canton, Ohio.
She wasn't from Haiti either.
Right. But furthermore, like when he with him trying to revoke their TPS status, a lot of these people here are business owners. They've opened restaurants and other small businesses, and they have children here who are Americans. And now he wants to deport them. And the humanitarian thing aside, if and when they go, we're screwed here. Like, we're already struggling, and if that happens, it's gonna be so bad. So that is the truth.
And they were invited there, right? They were invited there to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. They came here the legal way. These are not criminals. They are not. My mom, she works for one of the biggest factories here in town. They do plastic car parts for Honda, and
she works in HR, and she hires them and works with the translator and helps get them with the programs that they need. And they are hardworking. My God, are they hardworking?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Most immigrants
there
are.
Issues. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are issues. The driving situation is so bad. But like, you can say that about any American. God knows I can't drive for shit.
Yeah, that has. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
No, it's
also,
word, I understand.
yeah.
Try
Well-
Tampa. They're either slow or full speed ahead. If there's no in between here, they suck.
I was like, I'm in Florida. Everybody's from somewhere else that driving. None of them can drive, so it's not just Ohio. But Crystal.
Another reason I was glad I met Braden because he's also here in Ohio.
Okay.
And I'm glad that he found me because we have midterms coming up and we have
Yes.
Swami wanting to be governor, and that can't happen.
Don't start with that.
Oh God, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Well, Crystal and Bladen, thank you guys for coming up. Crystal, I hope you feel better, hon, and hopefully you'll stop by some other time. I really appreciate you being here.
Yeah. So Wes sent out the bat signal to my Snapchat.
Okay. Oh, Wes. Okay.
Yeah. I call him my resident Jewish. He mods for me too.
Oh, I love Wes. He's just amazing.
Yes, we love Wes. But I am going to drop. I feel horrible.
I'll drop you down. I hope you feel better, honey.
Thanks, sweetheart. It's nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey, thank you for letting me do it.
Bladen, you're welcome, and you're welcome to come by anytime or just come and watch my live and learn some more.
Alrighty, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bladen.
Pylos, did you vote for Trump?
I did.
Okay, real quick before we get into it, let me say I've been waiting. I have some thank yous really fast because a lot of people. Real quick, Reagan, thank you for the $3 for the $3 challenge. I'm going to take those free Harvard courses. There's so much to learn. Exactly. Mary, thank you for the $20. Happy early birthday. Thank you so much. Gina, thank you for the $3. Continue to teach these stupid MAGAs real history. I'm trying. Thank you. David, thank you for the $23. $3 for the challenge and $20 for lunch because you're the best. Thank you. And Sean, thank you for the $3. Thank you for what you do. So thank you guys for all your support. I really, truly do appreciate your support. Okay. How old are you and what state did you vote in, Pylos?
26, and I voted in Pennsylvania.
Okay. Did you want to add to that conversation? What did you want to talk about? Because we talked about a lot with the last guy, and I know you were in here a while waiting.
And he was anyway. There was something we talked about, the violation of the Constitution.
Mhm.
Trump's doing. Okay. But what I'm not hearing is on the other side of how Biden violated the Constitution.
How?
The First Amendment, free speech.
The Supreme Court, hold on. The Supreme Court ruled that he did not violate the First Amendment. The Supreme Court already ruled on that.
With the COVID-19.
Yes.
Yes.
He ruled on that
It-
integrity. The officials from the White House, the government, FBI, intimidating.
No, sir. Hold on. You made the claim. Now you get.
I wasn't done with my claims.
Okay, sir.
But I don't want you spreading misinformation because that's not what happened. In the Supreme Court already ruled.
That was determined by the Supreme Court. It is the government's duty to protect the welfare of the people.
It's in the Constitution.
So, Pylos, real quick, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this subject because the subject tends to get lives taken down because it happens to pertain to C-19, right? People end up saying the wrong things. But the thing is that if the government's protecting the people of this country, I would have done the exact same thing. And everything that Trump is doing that's going against the Constitution is hurting people of this country. So I'm sorry that if Facebook, put you in, jail because you said incorrect things about how people should take care of themselves, but it holds no water compared to what Trump is doing and actively hurting the people of this country.
Correct.
I'm sorry you thought I would use Facebook and be put in Facebook jail. You know what I'm talking about, right? You're going to make a false equivalency to it, or you're going to make some sort of weird equivalency to it. But the fact of the matter is you do know what I'm talking about, right? Okay.
So the Supreme Court already ruled. That's why it's a no.
So where did he break the Constitution?
When they were using intimidating messages.
Who?
Intimidating messages.
And threats?
Who?
What threats? To adverse consequences.
You need to be specific. Who and what was said?
Content moderation.
That's the Supreme Court already ruled on that.
Yes, sir. You are not Charlie. Sir, you're not Charlie Kirk. Never said I was. And you do not have the vocabulary for it. So please try again in simple English. Where did he break the Constitution? Executive Order 14019. Which was? And what does that say? Executive Order 14019. No, sir. What does the executive order say? What does it say? We're going to talk
What's
about
the hey, hold on, what's the number again? Real quick. I'm looking it up. So give me the number.
14019.
14019.
Then there was the immigration policy.
Hold on.
Hatch Act violation. What Hatch Act violation?
You can't just keep steamrolling and not.
Yeah, because he's trying to be Charlie Kirk, and he's trying to just keep steamrolling without misinformation doing this entire time. Yes,
No.
So, because I guarantee you, I can just give misinformation. Now we're going to check it. One at a time.
Executive. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Where'd he go? Okay. Executive 14019 was promoting access to voting.
What? Promoting access to voting was breaking the Constitution. What?
Literally.
You mean doing the right thing?
Executive departments and agencies should partner with state, local, tribal, and territorial election officials to protect and to promote the exercise of the right to vote.
Correct. Huh. Shocking.
How is that violating the Constitution?
Oh, he ran away. He wasn't going to get away with it. He didn't like it. He didn't like it that you were looking it up.
Because he was about to say it was definitely not. He wasn't going to say it was about voting.
Yeah, you're not Charlie Kirk, brother. Good try. Oh, by the way, Charlie Kirk didn't fare so well in Cambridge.
Oh, they wiped the floor with him.
It was glorious.
He looked so dumb.
May not want to speak science to a scientist.
They even had what's his face, Jordan Peterson. They even had Jordan Peterson
On Jubilee.
On Jubilee. I mean, they literally had this man so flustered he wouldn't even admit he was a Christian.
It was so bad. I just watched it last night, and you talk about me having faith in the youth of this country being that intelligent, and not that he had really great arguments to begin with, but wow, like have they done their homework?
Oh no, they ripped him apart. It was the crazy. I've never seen Charlie Kirk so ripped apart. I mean, it was ugly. And now I just hope he goes to Harvard.
Oh, that's not a good place for him.
I just want to see it.
So if everybody down in the comments is asking where you can watch it, you just look up Jubilee on YouTube and you'll find the video. It should be the first video that pops up because it's the biggest one right now.
I didn't say it when it popped up, but Electric Galshar, thank you for the bouquet gift. Thank you. I did see it, but I didn't say anything because I think somebody was in the middle of talking. So thank you.
Yeah, that thing was beautiful.
I love the bouquets. They're so pretty.
Those are probably my favorite ones.
That thing blew up on us.
If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request coming up. There's over 838 people in here. There's Trump supporters in here, so hit the guest request. Come on up.
As long as you don't gish gallop like the last guy thinking he was Charlie Kirk or something.
I'm so dumb.
Hey, welcome back, Val. Good to
Thank
see
you,
man.
Shar.
You figure it out.
Christopher.
Christopher, was that a type?
Okay, probably. Do you guys believe MAGA is a cult? Bladen, yes, because it's cult-like behavior. A cult definition is basically like the leader can do no wrong, and they hold them up on a pedestal, and there's never criticism. There's never anything, and he's like infallible. And that's how a lot of MAGA are treating Trump. Like they will twist themselves into a literal pretzel to try to justify what he's doing.
When you put yourself in a position that you continue to argue against your own best interest,
Right. When you're simping for billionaires, taking from the poor, giving to the rich, and you're up here trying to defend it, like that's why it's very cult-like. And I grew up in a very high demand religious cult, and it's all about fear. It's all about control, and that's kind of what it all is. Effed up. Did you vote for Trump?
Hello.
Hi. Did you vote for Trump?
No, I was actually going to come up here and make a joke, but didn't really work out.
Okay. Thanks for coming up.
hey, I like the admittance of the failure. That's greatness.
Yeah, like when you know that your timing wasn't good.
You're
Hey,
like,
it's all
hey.
good.
That is awesome. I love it.
If you voted for Donald Trump, hit the guest request. Coming up. Davey says, please come up at 6. We want to hear the joke.
Yeah, now we're curious.
Why do Republicans always say Democrats are not Christian people? I don't know. Because I know a lot of Democrats that are Christians. And to be honest with you, right now, Bladen, Christians aren't looking too good. Okay.
I mean, I know as many Republican non-Christians as I do Democratic non-Christians. It's really about equal across the board. I don't know where this comes from.
Well, because I mean, I can just tell you from my family. My whole family is MAGA. Okay, mom, dad, brother, strange husband, everything. It is the AB issue. It's abortion. They're like, you can't be a Christian and support Democrats if you believe in unaliving babies.
And as you're trying to proclaim nobody's a Christian in a book that gives you the recipe to do that.
To how to perform one, right?
Okay.
So I don't know. And there's a lot of Republicans and MAGA also say they think they are the only ones that own weapons. Almost every Democrat I know has a weapon too. We're just not ammo sexuals where we like worship our weapons.
So did any of y'all watch the Charlie Kirk thing at Cambridge?
Oh, I did.
I thought they missed one point that really could have, and I think it would have eaten him alive. And it's when he came out and said, well, my birth certificate says I'm a human. Remember that statement?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a missed opportunity because I would.
I thought you were one from birth since conception.
Right. Because I'd have come right back and said, when is a birth certificate issued?
Correct. Upon birth.
Hey, Shady down in the comments, he said Republicans have tarnished Christianity, so many using the Bible and God as props. And I agree to an extent, especially about Republicans, but I'm going to say this. I'm an atheist. Val's a Christian. I completely respect Val's faith and what he, prays and worships to, and I think that's great for him. What Val and a lot of people that are real Christians don't do is try and shove it down somebody else's throat.
Correct.
And that's where I have a problem is organized religion. Organized religion to me is a significant problem within our country that has bastardized Christianity to the point where it becomes racist and
it becomes a weapon.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll explain that why people like me exist like
Give me
that.
1 second, Val. Let me just say thank you to Mandolin for gifting Bladen a subscription. That was really kind of you. Go ahead, Val.
That is nice.
Yeah.
The thing, there's a reason behind that. The Bible says that you must pay attention to the laws of the land. The law of this land is the Constitution. The Constitution says everybody in this country has the right to believe as they wish.
Yep.
Or not to believe at
That's
all.
why there's free will.
Okay, so that is everybody's personal preference. It is not, as a Christian, it is not my job to come out and tell you how you should live.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you do on your own. Your journey with God is your own.
It's private. Yep.
see, Bladen, for me, that's a real Christian.
Right. And believe it or not, that's how my mom and dad raised me. They said you should exude Christ out of you so that people will be drawn to you and want to know God through you because of the way you act and treat people, which is how I can't possibly wrap my mind around that my parents are MAGA. Because that's opposite of everything that they raised me. They got sucked into the cult too, so it's really sad. Jennifer, thank you for the $10 cash out. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you ever want to see a real Christian get real pissed off? Have a MAGA person come up to him and say, I voted for Trump because I'm Christian.
I've seen it.
It's just really, yeah, it's really hard for me because, I've said it before and you guys probably so sick of hearing it, but the reason I am a Democrat is because I was raised a Christian, an evangelical Christian. I listen. My mom and dad are like, love your neighbor as yourself and feed the poor and, all of the things that I was taught growing up. That's what made me a Democrat. So it's just crazy that it's like the total opposite now. That's why I said Christianity right now, like the modern day Christians or MAGA Christians, or whatever, have lost the plot of the Bible completely. Like they've lost the message because they're using it to weaponize and legislate against people.
Love that neighbor. Love the sinner. And welcome the immigrant.
Mm-hmm.
If you could tell me anything that's going on right now as Christian on that, I'm waiting.
Right. And Jesus didn't say, except if they're poor, except if they're gay, except if they're transgender, except if they're brown. Mm-hmm. There was no caveat.
But the only caveat was because you were once an immigrant yourself.
Correct. Basically, empathy. Basically, having empathy. Like it was once you. You should have mercy on those to them now.
I mean, and I love that somebody wrote down there, Peaches, you're right. They're following Christian nationalism. I really wish we'd take the word Christian out of that.
Yeah.
It's just nationalism.
It's theocratic nationalism. Oh, Bladen said another reason. He said he was told that Trump was a family man, and he goes, "Now I can see that he isn't." I'm like, well, he cheated on his first wife with his second wife with his third wife, and his third wife with a corn star. So, not really a family man. Oh, and a Playboy buddy, yes. So yeah. Y'all, we're in a subwave. I just need 3 more subs in the next 10 minutes. If you want to subscribe, you get access to all my cool stickers. And I added a new What About Biden sticker. All of my subscribers that are in here right now, put up the new What About Biden sticker.
There they are. Fantastic.
It's a sheep with his mouth going, "What about Biden?" next to Biden. It was very funny. It made me laugh. So you get access to the cool stickers, and you do get priority in the box when it's time to bring up friendlies, which is now. Thank you, Wandering Pizza. She's the one who did our most recent. Anybody can request that now. If you voted for Trump, if you regret your vote for Trump, if you voted third party, if you didn't vote at all, if you're in another country, I literally let anybody come up between 6 and 7. So you can come up and say your piece. Ryan, thank you for subscribing. Cyber, did you vote for Trump or Harris?
Admittedly, I voted for Trump, but now after it's been 100 days, I'm kind of starting to
Life on
regret
Purpose.
that little political decision. But I regretting that now because based off MAGA Christians, because they give Christians, a bad rap. So.
What made you vote for Trump to begin with?
Basic religion values are initially middle class and just economically.
Yeah, that didn't work out so
So
good,
say
huh?
the church. Would it be safe to say the church?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So what was the turning point for you to like now regret your vote?
My turning point was when he started believing himself as God or something like that, and making golden statues, all the MAGA churches, and all that.
And him as the Pope. That was wild.
Moses came to mind.
Mm-hmm. So and the reason why I didn't really vote for
Integrity,
Harris
thank you.
was I didn't think she put out enough policies or anything like that initially. So.
Well, I mean, sir, she
She had like 80 to 80 pages.
88 pages of them that she actually put right next to the 16-page document of Trump.
She compared and contrasted his plan with her plan. But in fairness, you probably you didn't probably go look. Did you go to like KamalaHarris.com and like go look and see what her policies were? But you can be honest.
No,
Okay.
I didn't go to the Harris website.
And that's
being living in Delaware, again, part of the other reasons just was economically and being part of the middle class. Where I live in Delaware, just everything now with egg prices still haven't coming down,
And they're only going to go up with the tariffs.
Well, it's not just. Do you know what a causation correlation fallacy is?
No, sir.
So it's when you try to correlate a problem without the cause, and so you don't have the full story. When you were in school, did you learn what, who, what, where, when, and why?
Yes.
Okay, it's the same thing. If you don't have all the information, you can't give an accurate representation of the issue, right?
That is correct.
Okay, and that's exactly what happened to most American people. People like you that really listen more to the pulpit. That's why I asked you if it was the church, that listen more to the pulpit than actually going out and researching what was really happening as you in the position that you're in now. And that's, what I'm saying? And it's just because you didn't have all the information. Because if you'd had all the information, you'd have known egg prices really couldn't be handled or taken care of by either president, Biden or Trump. Okay, because it was due to what's called avian flu.
Avian flu.
Yeah, and then took out entire crops of birds. And then they tried to spin that into Biden unalived all these chickens. Well, that's not what happened. Okay.
I saw him do it, Val. He went out there and unalived each one by hand.
Unalived all those chickens.
Yes, I saw him do it, man.
Jedax, be
But,
quiet.
Process of farm is if you have a group of chickens that get the avian flu, you have to take out the whole crop. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, and so it was really just how you handle it. It had nothing to do with the president. So,
And
you get where I'm going?
yeah, and along that line, when we came out of C-19, and the entire world, not the United States, the entire world went under inflation spiked because of supply chain issues and all kinds of stuff that happened after coming out of C-19. Biden didn't cause prices to go up. He didn't cause inflation. He didn't cause anything, but they blamed him. They're like, oh, Justy, thank you for subscribing. They blamed Biden They're like, well, under Biden, everything was more expensive and the inflation was really high. Well, so they didn't realize to do the homework as to why. So they just blamed Joe Biden when he actually recovered our economy faster than any other country on this planet.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, just when Trump was getting out of office, I mean, inflation was still high by that point. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that correct?
It was going up.
It was going up,
So,
yes,
I mean,
because we were in C-19. So yeah,
yeah. So I mean, inflation was just going up anyway.
Thank you, Andrea.
There was no way to combat it.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, and sorry, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, but supply chain issues are what was the biggest cause. A lot of people were trying to give you money printed and all this other stuff, and it's all BS. It was supply chain issues. We couldn't get supply.
And greed, because the corporations, the grocery stores, there was
That
even
came a little bit later.
oh yeah, but
You know what I'm saying? Supply started it.
Yeah.
And then corporate greed kept it going.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I can see that because me personally, I work for Walmart, so I know what some of these issues are because having to withhold certain stuff back, like eggs, for example. So.
Right, and you know what I'm saying, and then we found out later on that we had people that were faking it, right, to keep their prices high.
Yes, absolutely.
Right, and but here's the question: how did we find out all this information? Two things I want to go over here with. One, when they were price gouging us, when the corporations were price gouging us, do you know what the Biden-Harris administration did?
No, sir.
They put forth a bill to stop
price gouging.
One-page bill.
Yep.
Okay? To stop price gouging because they knew the corporations were doing this. And so they put that bill forth. Every Democrat had voted for it. Every Republican voted against it.
And it didn't pass.
And it didn't pass. Now we move forward and then we find out the head of Kroger comes in and speaks to Congress and actually admits
They were price gouging.
they were price gouging the American people. And the reason he had to admit it is because the Biden administration had the DOJ started not the DOJ, who was it that did that?
FCC.
Do an investigation, and they had already discovered that Kroger, Walmart, and Target were all working together to maintain and keep the prices higher.
They wouldn't compete with each other.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And Walmart's always been. I mean, any of the big corporations have always been greedy. Being as a worker and employee, still to this day, it just baffles me with how much very little they care about either their employees or customers.
Well, yeah, Walmart. We've known about the Walmart employees things for decades.
When Walmart raised all their prices after C-19, like everybody else, maybe not as high as the other ones did, but they raised their prices too. Did they give you a big fat raise?
So when they did that, I was on the door. So each different position, for example, Cap 1, Cap 2, and overnight stocking, they had a $2 raise over 15. So they were making 17 versus people who were already on the door any other position were either making 10 or so it kind of varied.
$10 an hour?
Yes. And that all depended on the position where you were.
Who the hell could live on that? That's why a lot of Walmart employees also get SNAP benefits. They don't make enough money to even eat.
And the other thing that I was also doing because I turned 26 recently, and 25. Well, it started after I turned 25 and been going into 26. Was their insurance going and everything?
Right.
It's taking more of what I'm making now, 90% for all the health benefits and so on and so on. So it would be about $1,000 to what I'd be making off of my 10 or 11. So I wouldn't see a full check anyway.
Oh my goodness. Wait, is it because you had to go off your parents' insurance?
Yes.
Yeah.
And those are the things. Those are the things that Democrats have been trying to fight for to stop from happening.
Right.
Now I'm going to ask you the question. If you'd have actually had and researched and had the information we just gave you, that you can go look up, don't believe me, go
Right.
fact check. Okay? If you'd have had that actual information, would you still voted the same way?
Negative. I would probably not have voted at all because I didn't really agree with any of the policies either way. It's just
You voted based on faith, right?
That's what he said, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's just for me. I wasn't a big fan of Kamala or Trump to begin with.
Kamala.
Sorry.
Well, Kamala is actually a Christian. Like Kamala actually belongs to, I believe, a Baptist church. Yeah.
So was Biden.
Biden was too. Yeah.
Long-time Catholic.
Yeah. I think maybe, do you think there was a little bit of misogyny and or racism mixed in there that why you couldn't vote for Kamala?
No.
Because I know, and I'm only asking that because in my church that I was raised in, women couldn't be pastors, women couldn't be leaders,
So,
women did not hold any positions of power.
Can I clarify my faith then? Because I'm apostolic. So I believe in one God and one faith, and we believe in men and women, regardless of color or sex, as pastors. Like we
Okay.
have.
Because my church didn't. That's why I was asking.
Yes. No, I don't go to a state like MAGA, for example. I go locally.
So if we have midterm elections in 2026, and I say if is because I think that Trump is going to do something to try to make sure that we don't get to vote because he knows that he's going to lose, and the Democrats are probably going to take the House and Senate, and they're going to impeach and remove him. So I just have a feeling he's got something up his sleeve there where he's going to, something is going to happen, and he's going to, that's an opinion. That's not a fact. That's my opinion. Are you going to vote down ballot blue just to hope that the Democrats can take back the House and Senate and hold him accountable? How are you going to vote?
I will vote blue, probably.
Okay. Because I mean that's what we need for people that are realizing they made a mistake. Don't sit it out. Don't sit it out. And just like I tell everybody, when you're voting for a candidate, I want you to hear me, and this is really important. All 700 people in here, okay? I need you to listen. When you're voting, you are not voting for the perfect candidate. You're not voting for someone who's going to check off every single box. You're not looking for a life partner. You want to vote for the people that are going to take the country at least in the direction that you want it to go. It may not be as progressive. It may not be as conservative, whatever. It may not be everything you want. But at least if it's going in the direction that you want to go, then that's the way you need to vote. There's never going to be a perfect candidate that's just going to check all of your boxes. But Donald Trump and MAGA are taking this country towards an authoritarian dictator because he's ignoring the courts. The Congress isn't holding him accountable. He's basically usurped all the power into the executive branch because ignoring the Supreme Court that's why we have checks and balances. So nobody has too much power. We don't want our country going that way. So regardless if you believe or agree with every single thing that Democrats do or say, you at least want the country to go in the other direction to hold him accountable and stop him from ending democracy as we know it. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I try to tell people that before the election, like, well, she's not progressive enough, or, we want her to do more. I'm like, yeah, but at least she's not going to be the other way. Like, she's not perfect. No, there's no perfect candidate. They're not going to do everything we want them to do. But I do know she was going for, no tax breaks for anybody that makes under $400,000 a year. Charge the rich more. They can afford it. Give the people, the working people, the tax breaks, which is how it should be. Giving $25,000, down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. That was specifically for Gen Z because you guys have been completely priced out of buying a home. So you got to look at where they're going and then vote that way instead of wanting it to be the perfect of all the answers that you want. So, yeah, child tax credit of $6,000 to actually help take care of a newborn when they're, now forced to being born. So I just think that that's something that I'm not just saying it to you, I'm saying it to all 700 people in here. There's never going to be a perfect candidate. It's just you got to see where their policies are going to take this country, and that's where that's what you got to vote.
No, and that's how I try to approach the ballot. Is I look for who would benefit more, if that makes sense.
Well, one thing I'll add to that, I've noticed this. I'm not saying you again. I'm not saying you because you have not displayed selfishness to me. But every Trump supporter that I have talked to for the past over a year, I've been doing this every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days. I mean, I've literally been here every day, and every Trump supporter I've ever talked to is inherently and grotesquely selfish. They're like, what's my benefits? My money. How's it going to benefit me?
Yeah,
I don't care about anybody else.
And if I can add to that, because
We have to vote for the collective.
Yeah, because I was in a live beforehand because I met Val and I recently followed up Mike Motive. And all of MAGA is, to me, I feel like give Republicans a bad name because they're just of how arrogant they are. It baffles me.
Yeah.
Now again, I will admit this. I don't believe in college. I believe college is a waste of time in terms of financial. Like if for example, if living dormitory were in a say like 500 range, I would go to college for that. But if it's like college debt or anything like that, that's part of the reason why I don't.
Do you know that college used to be free?
Yes.
Do you know why it's not?
No, ma'am.
Because of racism. When they desegregate, when they got rid of segregation, and that all people could go to school and go to school together, that's when they started charging for college because most people of color couldn't afford to go to college. And so it was so that white people could get an education, but the other people couldn't because the other people couldn't afford it. So college used to be free for everyone, but because of racism, they didn't want people of color to be educated. That's the only reason why there's a tuition.
And that's been a failure of the educational system for a long time. And that all started, so with Ronald Reagan.
Correct.
And Ronald Reagan's the one that put that in place. And it was specifically, he started it in California when he was the governor of California and carried that through him into the White House. Racism was a massive part of it. But the drawback to this country's seen since the 1980s is the failure of the education.
Yep.
In the 1980s, the average reading comprehension level of this country was actually 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
The reading comprehension of this country today is 5th grade.
5th grade. Yep.
Yeah, that's
because they're teaching to test. They're teaching to test. They're not teaching to have you learn. They're teaching to pass these tests, and it's how they measure teachers and successes and schools and grades and all that. But all you're doing is just teaching kids to test, to pass tests.
You've done the stupidest thing in the world. I mean, one of the things that Reagan and Bush followed up with, one of the things that they did that really, really hurt was when they did these tests. If a school performed poorly in the test, instead of doing what that school needed to help it improve, their answer was to take money away from the school. Now, I'm going to ask you a question.
Right.
Do you think it's wise to pull the funding from a school that is doing poorly?
No, absolutely not.
Because then they stand no chance of improving,
You should pour more money into the school.
No, I mean, I think it should all be both ways. Like poor and rich should have an equal
We
amount.
should have an equal pull
funding.
of the tax dollars.
Correct.
Yeah, I agree with you on this.
I
one.
agree.
All schools should have an equal pull of the tax dollars within a state.
But it's based on property taxes. So you have areas where you have lower housing or lower income areas. Those schools don't get as much funding on the state level. And you've got rich neighborhoods who have schools with swimming pools.
Right. Yeah, no, and that's the other thing is too is that because the school that I went to, some of their rooms were already worn down. Half the textbooks we were given had missing pages, and it's just
Yeah. So, well, I appreciate your honesty. It does take a lot of integrity to admit when you've made a mistake and that you regret your vote. And I applaud you for opening your eyes and seeing like nothing is adding up to what he campaigned on. He didn't campaign. He campaigned on cheaper groceries, cheaper electricity, cheaper housing, making everything affordable again. I can't tell you how many times he said that. He isn't doing that. And his tariffs are only going to make it worse and things more expensive. He didn't run on taking Greenland and Panama Canal and invading Canada and like all this other crazy shit he's doing, violating the Constitution, being a tyrant, being a dictator. Well, he did say he wanted to be a dictator, but only for one day. Which I said before the election, dictators don't ever give up power after one day.
no, they don't.
So he didn't run on all this stuff that he's doing. He ran on the economy, and he knew that was a pain point for a lot of people. And he used you guys to get your vote because he had zero intentions. He can't make grocery stores charge cheaper amounts. He can't make your electricity cheaper. He can't make your housing cheaper. Like he can't do that. The government can't tell private businesses what to charge. So he just has really good rhetoric, and he's a really, really good branding marketer, which is why the Trump name is everywhere, is because he really is good at branding and convincing people that what he's saying is true when it's not. And he just used you guys to get into that office and gave you nothing that he campaigned on.
Cyber, were you in the live when we were talking about Harvard?
Yes, for free Harvard courses, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard the link. I heard the brief mention of the link tree.
Yeah, there's a link tree in my bio. When you jump down, you can go. There's a link that'll take you directly to the free courses, and they're all free. And it's all on the government. It's on justice, like the justice system in America, like all of these things that people should have learned in school. But now Harvard is offering all of that free education, and I think it'd behoove everyone to take it.
Yeah, I'll look
It's
into
free.
And it's free.
it. Yeah, I'll look into it.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely look into that.
And the Constitution. Yep. There's a whole section on the Constitution.
Yeah,
It's the ultimate civics course.
Yeah, no, I totally will give that a look at. And, check out some of the courses.
And if you want, do you like documentaries?
No.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I do not.
Okay. There's just
That's honest.
yeah. No, I appreciate the honesty. I was just saying there's a
There's a few documentaries that I will actively listen to unless I thought that it was something of worth,
Yeah.
education-wise or anything like
Yeah.
that, or if it was easy to follow along with.
Well, there's a great documentary called Bad Faith. And it basically tells you, it gives you the timeline of how the like Heritage Foundation and like the Christian nationalists got Trump into doing what they're doing, and how the whole evangelical movement meshed into Trump. It's called Bad Faith. It's actually very, very fascinating. And you would definitely probably learn a lot.
Jennifer Lynn made me laugh.
What did she say? Was
I
she
saw it too.
was
I
exempted?
saw it too.
Because I'm exempting myself from taking the courses I teach in a major. I teach politics for poli-sci she said poli-sci at a major university. I'm like, I understand.
All right, well, I appreciate the time, so I got I do gotta get going.
Thank you so much for coming up. And I'm here every single day, 7 days a week from 4 to 7 p.m. If you want to come in and listen, or if you want to come up and ask more questions, please feel free. But I would love it if you gave me a follow and, come back and catch us some more.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. You have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you.
And just in case anybody wants to cry, go watch Pee-wee as Himself. It is a 2-part documentary series on HBO Max, and it is about Paul Rubens and his life as Pee-wee Herman.
I saw his interview on, I think it was on MSNBC, where someone was talking about that documentary, but I haven't seen it yet. And to those of you that asked me if I had watched, since I have a child with autism, if I had watched Love on the Spectrum, I have started watching. I'm on season 2. I love it. I think it's a great show, and it's given me tips and pointers on things that I can actually talk to my son about when he gets a little older. He's 11. He's not dating yet. But it gave some really good examples on how to teach them how to have a conversation so they don't just dominate a conversation back and forth or stuff like that. So it was really fantastic. And I just think it's so cute, and I'm rooting for some of them, and I just think it's fun. So thank you to those who suggested I watch Love on the Spectrum, because I really do think it's great. And it makes me hopeful that, my kids too might be able to find a partner in life, that it doesn't just mean that they're just going to be alone forever. So I think it's wonderful.
Show.
It really is. And as a mom of someone with autism, I'm learning from the parents as well, because I'm still learning. I've never, I have 2 adult children who are not on the spectrum that I raised all the way to adulthood. So being a parent of an autistic child is very, 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 very different. And I've had to learn a lot. I go to therapy with my son every single week. And somebody's in here that's using my profile picture. Yeah, hold on one second. Just gotta get the trash out. I'm learning every single week, going to therapy with my son, on how to relate to him, how to talk to him, how to, all of those things, because I have to learn too. It's just as much of a learning curve for me as it is for him. And so watching these parents, I've been learning from the parents as well. So for all of you who suggested I watch that documentary, thank you. Blue Betty, you are a subscriber of mine, so I brought you up since you have priority in the box. So what did you want to say?
Thank you, by the way. But
You're welcome.
You guys were talking about documentaries.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to recommend another one that's a 2-part documentary.
Okay.
And it will infuriate you, but it's called The Dark Money Game. And it's from HBO and Max, I believe.
It is. It's HBO Max.
Oh, you have to pay for it, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know. But it is worth the watch. It explains how exactly what we got here starting in the 70s. It talks of, the first episode is about Ohio and corruption that happened there within their Congress. And then the second episode, it relates it to the entire country and shows you that history, along with the creation of the Federalist Society, I think they're called.
Okay.
That is correct.
And it will infuriate you because they planned this for decades.
Yeah, it shows how Citizens United came together and everything.
Yeah.
I know they've played the long game.
Yeah, Jen, you really got to see it, but you are going to get angry when you watch it, I promise.
I will blame you.
You blame me.
Just kidding. No, I don't.
She's not lying. When you see the part of how it all came together and how Citizens United came about and stuff like that, you will lose it.
Yeah. And you're going to see an attorney who helped do all of this, and I will say I hate that man. There's also a gentleman who was an evangelical preacher, pro-life guy who really spearheaded this, a lot of it actually.
The dark money game. The
He's
dark.
the money behind it, yes.
Yes, he was. And then a couple of years ago, he realized what he did, and now he's switched course. However, does that mean that I have to like him? I don't think I do, because
No.
as a woman, he's hurt every woman in this country.
Yes.
Yes, he's pro-choice now, but that was only after the fact of 2022. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I still great guy. I'm glad that you woke up, but when you woke up, it was already too late.
Right. The damage had already been done.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. I wrote that down. The dark money game.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna drop down though.
Okay. Thank you
I
so
just
much.
wanted to say that to you guys and just say hi.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Love you, Betty. Nice to see you again.
I forgot all about that, Doctor.
The dark money game.
Hey,
Okay.
can you drop me down? I gotta go. Hold up. I gotta say hi to my handsome friend Wes. Wes, how are you doing?
Gen X and Diava and Val.
Hey. We are good. How are you?
I just wanted to come up real quickly and say, one, I love that Bladen is now a diva.
Yes, me too.
Two, I will be taking those Harvard courses, even though I'm pretty well versed.
I'm going to take them too. I'm going to take them
Why the
too.
hell not?
Yep. I can say I went to Harvard. I could be like Elle Woods, be like it was hard to get into.
Exactly. That's exactly. I'm gonna add it to my resume and everything. I'm gonna be real fancy.
Right?
I'm so happy that Crystal was able to answer my bat signal. I just wish she would have gotten to actually cook whoever was.
I watch her lives. She's very good.
She is such a dear friend of mine.
I like her.
I'm always up on her panels. It's great. Thank you to everyone down in the comments that are saying hi. How are you though, Diava?
I'm good. My birthday's in 2 days, and so I'm I'm doing my birthday dinner with the fam tomorrow night after the live. So I don't know. I'm doing okay. I'm doing good.
You're just doing. I love that. And Val, I hope you had a really great time on your cruise.
Yeah.
I did. I had fun.
Good, good.
I actually spent time offline.
Hey,
Right?
we all need to disconnect. Trust me. Even all of us, myself included.
The only reason I carried my phone with me is because I needed it for menus.
I get that. Or on Virgin, I like to shake it, and then they bring me a bottle of champagne wherever I'm at.
Val, I've got to ask though.
That's funny.
On your cruise, did you have on this particular trip? Did you have any in-person MAGA conversations?
Oh yes, yes.
You did?
I did.
Oh, I knew it.
Oh, hold on. Hey Kim, did I have any in-person MAGA conversations on this trip?
Lord have
That's so funny. So yes, my birthday dinner is with all my MAGA family tomorrow. So yay, go me.
No, I'll
Just
tell
get
y'all the
really
story.
gardened.
I'll tell y'all the story.
I just real quick. I just re-upped my recommendation so I can garden. So I will garden before tomorrow. Yes.
Garden heavy, girl. Garden heavy. That's how we stay here.
Go ahead, Val.
But anyway, we're all sitting down in a little area. This ship was really cool. It had a lot of little, nice nook areas. You could sit, you could talk to people, and you weren't talking to like a million people. So we're sitting there, and this guy come up and sit next to me, and we're all sitting there talking. And he's going, "Yeah, that." And he just out of nowhere, we were talking about the shipping channel where we were at, and how busy it was. And this was not in this country, by the way. So we were talking about that, and he comes up and he sits next to me, and he goes, "Yeah, that Harris and Biden fiasco had to go." I said, and I just looked at him and I said, "What?"
He picked the wrong one to ask that. Say that too.
I said, "What?" He goes, "Well, they just weren't getting anything done." I said, "Okay, so are we talking about the same man that passed, and I went through all the bills and everything?" I said, and I just, ran down the list. And I said, Is that the man we're talking about that didn't do anything for the American people? Or are we comparing that to the Congress that's been, to the Republican Congress that's been in power for almost 2.5 years now, that has passed 54 bills? He goes, and I said, most of those funding bills did nothing for the American people. I said, is that what we're comparing? Or the president that's breaking the Constitution right now? I said, is that what we're, and he looked at me and he goes, maybe we shouldn't talk about politics.
Don't bring it up.
Oh, it was too late for me. He done got up last night. It was way too late for him.
You done opened your mouth, buddy.
Yeah, I said, burying your head in the sand is not going to help you in this conversation ever. I said, we have an absolute idiot in the White House right now, and you wanted to blame the people that were actually helping the country.
Exactly.
Sometimes you need to drop the mic.
He got walked away.
Mike,
Well, you guys have
drop.
officially dropped. All right, I'm gonna let some other folks up. But you guys have a good
Thanks,
night.
Wes.
Always good seeing you.
Good to see you too, Wes. Thank you so much.
Love you, Wes.
Of course, love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Whee!
Gen X, you want me to drop you down now too, you said?
Yeah, because my wife is going to kill me. I don't have anything for dinner ready. So
Oh, you better go. We don't need you unalived. Love you.
yeah, I may not see the light of tomorrow. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
I'm praying for you.
Tell Aaron. Aaron's gonna. Oh, I'll say Aaron's gonna get him.
Kim came up and reminded me how this started. So the lady, we were all talking about the ports and everything was doing, and he was the one that actually brought up and what a good job that the president of Mexico was doing.
Oh. Ah.
I said, and it was my wife that said, yeah, we could have had that in the U.S. That's when everything went silent.
Oh, exactly that, Kim. We could have had that here. That's right. WJVC, how are you?
Good. How are you, Fran?
Hanging in there. Doing good. How are you?
Hanging in there. That's all we can do.
I think we're all hanging at this point.
I always tell everybody, they go, "How you doing?" I said, "Living the dream, avoiding the nightmare." You know.
Right?
There's sad truth.
And they just some of them just look at me and I'm like, "Oh, like you don't know." Like now I know who you voted for.
Exactly. I was gonna say anybody that voted for Harris be like, yes, girl.
Yeah, I get the thank God. You know, but so Vale, where's my dessert? I'm still waiting.
Oh,
It's been a while.
it has been a while.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. You said you'd do it, but that's okay. That's okay.
She's keeping score.
That's all right. I'm all good with it.
Look at when he comes online and he shows the dessert that he had,
Oh, wow.
and he goes, "Look what I got." I'm gonna keep score. You damn right.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Vale, going to cruise without me. Going, you have to make these desserts. I see how I rate.
Hey, I didn't get any either.
No.
It's like the mega realizing his Kool-Aid is expired. Like, right?
Can that actually expire?
I don't know. If Trump says it does, they'll believe it.
I'm just trying to figure out how this powder in his pack.
Expired Kool-Aid. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, y'all have to look at this. You guys have to look at this picture. I'm not usually petty, but with Trump, I will be petty Betty all day. Look at, this was at Arlington Cemetery. Look at his hair. Look at the bald spot.
His piece don't match.
Where was his wig fixer? Where was his toupee cover?
That's what happens when you make those cuts to people that and then you bring in people that don't know what they're doing. This is what you get. You get a hairdresser or stylist that was like, I worked at a dog groomer. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. Just stick it on. It'll be okay. It'll never go anywhere. that happened.
This man is so vain. When I should go on True Social and post this.
You should. With love from Democrats.
I can see her trap line.
Did you guys hear about his dinner?
Yes.
No. Did you hear what happened?
Well, maybe if you tell me what happened, because I've heard a lot about it, but I'm not sure.
So these crypto boys or these crypto people
Mm-hmm.
that went to the dinner are very disappointed with Trump now because they were promised that they would get access to him.
Oh, yes.
They're not getting access.
No, they're not happy.
And they said the food was terrible. We had Walmart steaks. I'm like, oh. What did you think you were getting, sweetheart?
It was probably McDonald's hamburgers with gravy poured over it.
Yeah, right? That's his idea of Salisbury steak. I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? That he would come out and support you? That he would say nice things about you? Shit, please. Talk about expired Kool-Aid.
Right? Oh, my word.
I'm just saying. Well, I'm glad I could make you guys laugh.
You did. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming up.
You both. And
Love you.
Val, I'm watching you.
Watching you eat that dessert.
He will. He'll come up here in another live and he'll be pretty good. And I'll come up
I was feeding the dog.
Yeah, he was feeding the dog and not us. Cheesecake.
Yeah, right? Yeah. He gets the refrigerated food and we get the expired Kool-Aid deal.
Oh, no. That dog's anything but spoiled.
Oh, come on. All right. Thank you, WJ, for coming up. Appreciate you. I got a ton of people waiting. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. That was so funny.
She made me laugh. Expired Kool-Aid. That's going to stick with me.
That was good. That'll stick with us like exactly. And glitter biscuit. The Union, hi. Do you vote? Diava, can I DM? And yeah, you can DM me, Blade, at any time. The Union, did you vote Kamala or Trump?
I voted for Harris.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, that was the first time actually in the show.
Well, welcome.
The only time I actually have time to connect is when you're talking to the other red hats. I might as well tell you what I was going to tell you then now, since it's my only chance. I know some of them are still butter about the whole 86-47.
Uh-huh.
And one of the examples, and this is something that I did catch on one of the live January 6th feeds, was them shouting heads on pike.
Yep.
We're going to go in there to do what? Heads on pikes.
Right.
And then before they raise the gallows to unalive
Mm-hmm.
white fans. Again, hypocrites.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know. They can't know because they worship a man who is convinced that pronouns don't exist.
Exactly. I agree. They were all that fake outrage, that whole like, are you saying you want to unalive the president? I'm like, no. That's you guys. That's not us.
In all honesty, when this stage unaliving won't happen, I actually wanted it to happen because I knew that this man was poison to us. And in my shame, I will admit that that doesn't make me any better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man deserves to be, in that line right there.
Yep.
Shamed, judged, and thrown into a pit of his own creation.
I agree. And I think nothing, until this happens, nothing will change. And that's why I put this up here, because they've got to be made an example of, so you don't have some schmuck who thinks he's, can come back and try to do Trump 2.0. They need to all be thrown in jail, because this needs to be like, no, you cannot do this in the United States of America. That's why this has got to happen.
There'll be those who deny what happened. In fact, they're denying it right now. What's happening?
Oh, of course.
There's
Exactly.
not by them. But the thing is,
They just don't know anything.
they made such a mythology around Trump that if you try to tell them a contradiction, they're in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
They're, I want to make a pun with an ostrich, but I'm pretty sure an ostrich is smarter than these idiots. Well, that's all I just give me to say. And
Well, thank you so much for coming up.
Show,
Thank you.
big fan of the show. Thank you for what you're doing, and well, happy soon-to-be birthday.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And oh my goodness, I just scratched my eye and got an eyelash in my eye. Oh, all right. I will drop you down. Thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you.
Well, hey, Bob.
Hello.
I'm trying to get to everybody.
Hi, I'll be quick.
Hi, Jennifer.
That's my voice, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Just a few points. Hello, also.
Hi.
Happy early birthday, if
Thank
I
you.
forget. And also, Val, I think I've never had the pleasure of speaking verbally. I have commented to you during lives, but anyway, I will get on with it. I was in a fetal position, rocking back and forth a little bit ago when Cyber called women females. Men, we are not cattle. Stop calling women females. It's just one of my pet peeves. I can't stand it. It drives me nuts. Number two, Val. Next time someone says, I'm just not going to talk about politics, tell them if you're not going to talk about politics, do not sit here and take your next breath, because breathing is political. Everything is political.
It touches every part of your life.
100%.
Yep.
Take a swan dive off the side of the ship then.
That's why I keep telling them, as long as you want to keep burying your head in the sand.
Right.
Literally. Anyway, I'm going to hop down. That's
Thank
all
you,
I can
Jennifer.
say.
All right.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
So much.
Okay. I'm getting through. Trying to get through everybody. Justy, how are you? Hi.
Hi, Miss Diava. Hi, Mr. Bell. How you guys doing?
Good.
Hanging in there. Woo.
Good. Well, happy early birthday,
Thank
Diava.
you.
Yes. I just wanted to quickly say something. Earlier in the live, they were talking about the West Point speech.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my dad is a West Pointer. Okay, and I haven't seen my dad this upset since January 6th.
I imagine.
Yeah, it was a disgrace from wearing the MAGA hat. Okay, that was disgusting. The things that he talked about, the trophy wife and all that nonsense, that was also disgusting. But the thing one of the most disgusting things was he didn't even shake each cadet's hand when they received their diplomas. That was disgusting. So that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, he said he
My dad was sick.
he said he had to go attend to he had to go attend to the fairs between China and Russia and all that stuff. And there's a video of him hauling ass across the golf course. So he didn't go. He didn't go mess around with China and Russia. He went golfing.
No, he didn't. But the thing about it is, Trump and my dad are the same age. Actually, Trump is a little bit older than my dad. So my dad really took that real personal, because that's that's somebody his age and acting like that. Technically, Trump's the commander in chief, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But that really took, I think what we were talking about earlier in the live, you asked, what does a West Pointer think about it? Well, I'm not a West Pointer, but my dad is. My dad was disgusted. So.
I thank you for letting me know that, because I would think that it would be I'm like, does he not know what military salary is? None of them people are gonna buy a damn yacht.
No, not at all.
And then he said, nobody wanted to join the military or anything under Joe Biden, so I'm here. I'm like, every one of those graduates joined under Joe Biden.
Exactly. It's just the stuff that he says, and it's just sad. And my dad got into West Point right after the Civil Rights Act was signed in 65. My dad got in 66. So my dad took it extra personal on this one, okay?
I'm sure.
So, but that's all I have to say. You're doing a great job as always.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a great rest of your day, hon.
You too.
Thanks. All right, get through.
How are you, Queen?
I am good. How are you?
Good. Real quick, because I know we're low on time.
Yes, thank you.
I'm so excited to see Val and what was the other guy's name?
Gen X leftist. Yeah.
Yeah, that man. These guys are awesome. I love to see all of you doing as president,
Thank you.
and it's crazy. Oh, wait a minute, is it? Hold on, someone came into my house. Whoa! What are you doing in my house? Hello, Diava. I saw you post that picture. My bald-headed face or my bald-headed hair. I don't even know because I'm so dumb. But you're so disgraceful to put that to derogate me and to dehumanize me. I just don't get it. You're so petty, like Petty Betty and Betty Freddy, and you're so horrible. How dare you talk bad about me? You thought you forgot about me, but I will not be silenced. I will not be silenced. You did everything you can because you indicted me, and you thought it was great. For some reason, I'm making a conspiracy theory that you rigged me in 2020, and you were part of the spying of my campaign in 2016 with Obama and Hillary. This is lunacy.
Am I a nasty woman?
You're a very nasty woman. Whoever this Jamaican Peruvian guy says that you're a great guy, he's lying to you. Oh, nice try, Donald, on that. You wish you were better. You wish you could be more attractive and more beautiful like Diava, but you just never will. Yeah, whatever. You're a disgrace. You're ugly.
Oh my God. Thank you for that. I needed that laugh. That was great.
I just wanted to make you feel better, Queen, because I never ever want to see you sad. And
Thank you.
when they made you sad last week, those MAGA puppets, that got me so angry.
I know. I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you too, Queen. All right, I'll get off the box. It's about 5 minutes to 7. But thank
All
you
right.
for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much. Take care. I appreciate your humor. You always come up to make me smile. It's so cute. He's so sweet. Every time he comes up, he's so sweet. Boxer Mom, how are you?
I'm good. How are y'all doing today?
Oh, just hanging in there.
Right. I know.
How are you doing? All right?
Yeah, tired.
I'm sure.
I am. But it's a blessing to be tired.
Yeah, I agree.
And
In the grand scheme of everything, yes.
yes, I'm sorry, I wasn't telling you to go away.
Oh, I know.
I'm telling my husband, my brother-in-law, and my nephew are outside doing artwork, and one of their head keeps popping up. Just showing only their head, and they're rotating. I closed the blinds.
That's funny.
Go away. Okay, so this is called the Monument of Shame.
Okay.
A legacy you can't outrun. There will be a monument, not of bronze, not of marble angels, but of truth. Heavy as grief, cold as silence, and permanent as consequence. It will stand tall in the heart of a broken democracy in the ruins of what you voted for. And on it, chiseled deep, every single name of those who marked the ballot for Trump. No hiding, no rewriting, no pretending you weren't political while the world bled from your apathy. Your name will be there so your grandchildren will know, so their teachers, if we still have any, can point and say, this is what happens when hate is louder than history, when lies feel more comfortable than truth. Your name next to the veterans you betrayed, next to the mothers who buried their children because you voted away their healthcare, next to the teachers you silenced, the neighbors you feared, the refugees you turned away, the wounds you tried to change. You thought history would forget. It won't. You thought you'd blend back in. You won't. You thought your vote was just a button, but it was a weapon, and you aimed it at everyone but yourself. This monument, it won't be for vengeance. It will be for remembrance, for clarity, for every twisted excuse you made to willingly into fascism and drag the country behind you. And don't you say you didn't know. You did. You just didn't care. So the stone will stand, not for the powerful, but for the powerless you crushed. It will teach, warn, scream, and hold your name in public shame, not to erase you, but to remember you exactly as you were, a citizen of a free country who chose to vote it into darkness. So bring your flags, bring your denials. The monument doesn't care, because history doesn't erase names, it etches them in stone, and yours will be there forever. Thank you, Deanna.
Thank you. That was awesome. As always, you always slay on the writings. I love it.
Oh, thank you. I kind of got that idea off my dad last night.
Aw, I'm so
But
glad.
we had an amazing night last night. My niece put on a good PowerPoint all through all her pictures, and she got each of us a gift and each of us a different chocolate to try. So
That's so awesome.
yeah, it was a great.
If you have the opportunity, make sure that you tell your dad that Diava and all of her followers are sending him our love.
Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's been. Oh, go ahead, Val. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We're thinking about him. We're sending him our love. We are, and sending it for the whole family as well.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, he's been more alert today. That they came and helped give him a bath and all that.
Good.
But yeah, I feel bad, because we all have our pride, and we try to give him all dignity and all that.
Of course.
But it's just gotten difficult for him. So it takes my mom, my sister, and I are helping him with bodily functions. But
Yeah.
I tell you, he did this for us, so we're doing it for you. So, anyways, he calls us his glam squad.
His glam squad. I love it.
Because we brush his hair.
Well, that also takes a little bit of that, the of what you're actually doing, and making it like it's a fun, like it's a good thing instead of him being embarrassed by it. That's really awesome.
Yeah. So, anyhow, I'm glad we can do it for him. He deserves it. So,
Yeah, for sure.
it's an honor, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. Thank you, Nana Lori.
Thank you. Everybody have a great night. I will tell him and I'll report back tomorrow.
All right, you take care.
Love you, Boxer Mom. Bye.
Love you, Boxer Mom. Bye.
Love you all.
Such grace and positivity in a time that's very difficult for the family. So
It's unbelievable what she's doing.
I know, and then still writing.
I know.
It's amazing. That's probably very therapeutic at the same time. So
Right, it is, but I mean, her character's just.
her character's amazing. I agree. Well, thank you guys for being here today with me. Thank you for the likes, the taps, the gifts. We got to 338,000 likes. You guys rock. I really appreciate you. Thank you for your subs. Thank you for everything. But just more importantly, thank you for being here and supporting me in my live every single day. Looks like I probably didn't get that job since I haven't heard anything, and they told me they let me know by Monday, which is disappointing. But thanks to you guys, I persevere on. I'm still job searching, but you guys have sustained me for the last year, and I couldn't be more grateful. So I just want to let you know that I appreciate you so much, and it's an honor to show up every day for you, even on days where it's hard. So thank you guys for always being here and giving me your support. I just couldn't do it without you. So thank you, Val, for being here with me today.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Well, why won't it end? Thank you, Bruce. I'm grateful for you too. All right, YouTube and Twitch. I will see you guys back tomorrow too. I hope you have a great night and stay safe out there. And we'll be back at 4 o'clock tomorrow. See you later. Bye.